Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And I welcome you this evening. And tonight we're going to talk about something. Of course, we always have solutions, but we got to talk about this, right? Because it's robbing the poor. Then they're giving it to the rich. The rich are getting richer. But you know what? You've always known how to join the rich. You're actually been doing it over the last 3 years. And we're going to keep talking about it right now, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, after we get into some stats and welcome. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you once again for being here. And once again, I have to admit, robbing the poor. We're going to talk about who's the poor. But first, before we get into it, please smash the like button. And it's free. All right. We got to tell the YouTube gods what's going on in the house tonight. And it's not going to be a pretty picture, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see who's in the house first. Remember, tonight is the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream, and it's members only chat. That's right. Everybody can watch, but only members with the icon next to their name can be in the chat room tonight. And first up, we have 7 streams of dreams of income in the house tonight with the icon next to his name. Thank you so much for being here in the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream with the members only chat and the icon. Thank you. I appreciate it. He says, good evening. Good evening to you as well. Thank you again for being here. Victor Marrero's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream. He has the icon next to his name naturally. That's the only way he can be here in the chat room. Again, he has his tagline in tow. Hello, all. Let's do this. We're going to make it happen. But first, we got to talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. Where shall I start with first? What I'm going to start with first, I don't even know. First up, I need to look at something real quick before I do this because I want to start at the very beginning. All right? So people follow my trend line here. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, because let's just face it, if you were born 22, 23 years ago, you might have known about a little situation that your parents had to sell the house, you had to move, but you didn't know the seriousness of the situation, or you were oblivious to the situation. If you were born 30 years ago, then you would know that something happened around 2008, 2009, and the government was in turmoil and people were losing their homes and all kind of bad things were happening. So that's where I'm basically going to start. I'm going to start with the 2008, 2009, when they started sticking up the middle class again. This isn't the first. Let me see who. It looks like we have Miguel, Army retired veteran. Thank you so much for your services. And he has the icon. And welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream. It's a members only chat night. And by the way, if you'd like to join me on the screen, members, you can go under the community tab on the YouTube channel and get the link how you can come in here and StreamYard and join me if you want to live personally with your face, or you can use an emoji. And he says, happy to be with SSN family. Thank you so much. We're happy that you have doxed yourself. I know you were watching before, but now you're showing support. Are we having technical difficulties? It appears so. Gary White is in the house. Welcome, naturally, because he's a member of the channel only on Wednesday night. His tagline, good evening, SSN family. He says, let's get it. That's right. We're going to get it all right. So here's the first thing up, because first of all, who actually saw the trailer? That's what I want to know, because the trailer has to do with SSN lifestyle, I believe. So therefore, I got to talk about that. There's some other things happening with SSN lifestyle, because Fingernails to Go, they still haven't signed their agreement, so they're not going to be on. You guys know that we're going to be doing something over in the Punta Cana area. Personally, SSN lifestyle, we have to do housekeeping. We have to do travel. We have to do entertainment. We have to do experiences. We have to do all of that, but that's going to be something we can do. And there's one more thing that I'm checking upon. So we might have to go past Fingernails to Go for now, and are going to have a couple of other offers coming up for Fingernails to Go. But again, my mom passed away, so therefore I have funeral situations that I need to attend to over the next 5 to 10 days. And on Friday night live stream, by the way, if anybody's watching this, it's probably going to be either early or I can't do it at all, because Friday night I will be on a plane going to Georgia. All right, so that's how it has to be. But welcome, Gary White. Thank you so much for being here. And Laverne Penix is in the house. Mr. Cool is here. Thank you so much for being here. And he has the icon next to his name. Thank you once again for being a member and being here for the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream. And he says, hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. It's time to get busy making money. I like that reference. Busy making money. I love that. That's what we're here for, ladies and gentlemen. But first, there's some OCs, original citizens, ordinary citizens out here who are looking for that emerging millionaire status. But first, you have to understand what wars social media. You see all these people out here acting like trying to be wealthy and trying to be rich and trying to make money. It's so easy. Just send them a few $1,000s and they'll show you the way. I got more books for you, by the way. You know, that's what they normally do when they show up on the shores and they say, hey, I have a book for you to read. And usually you read that book, and while you're reading the book, they're fleecing you of your land, your property, your belongings. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So therefore, use your weapons, your money, yourself. You're going to make mistakes, but so are the people that you give your money to. And speaking of giving your money to somebody, how about giving your money to banks, right? How about that? How about giving your money to banks? You think it's safe over there, right? How safe do you think your bank is? You guys see on the screen, bailed out banks from 2008. But hey, here we go. Victor Morrell says, yes, got the YouTube trailer and reminder. Oh my, that's amazing. 7 streams of dreams income. My condolences to your family. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Vanessa Kama Gates in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream. She has the icon next to her name. Members only chat tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody else can watch. Hey, boss and SSN fam. Hello to you too. And once again, 10 minutes in, twice I'm going to say, please smash the like button so the YouTube gods know that we mean business on a Wednesday night as well. So again, Vanessa Comagate, thank you so much for being here. Now, let's go full screen, shall we? And go check this out, because a lot of you are sitting around, almost everybody, when you receive a paycheck, it's going direct deposit, normally into some sort of banking institution. So what do you think the banking institution's doing with your money? The SSN Nation members know the answer to this. They use your money to go out and buy more risky assets to give to their shareholders. That's right. If you buy stocks, they might give dividends. They need their stock price to increase because the CEO can get a bonus. So they're using your money to take on risk. And then their buddies at the Federal Reserve come along and say, hey, you know what? You don't even need to keep any reserve money in your bank accounts. You know, you can use 100% of that money. No longer do we require a 10% reserve. Just use all of it. We'll buy up your debt if something happens. Well, see, ladies and gentlemen, they're doing that now. But in 2008 and 2009, you see they were also bailing out the rich. Normally in a capitalist society, what is supposed to happen? Look who's on this list. Wells Fargo, 25 billion. Bank of America, 15 billion. JP Morgan Stanley, 10 billion. Goldman Sachs, 10 billion. Bank of New York Mellon, 3 billion. That's not a small amount of change, is it, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, that's not all. That's just the top 8, 9, 10. What about this UCBH Holdings? San Francisco. Those guys, US Bank Corp. You guys heard of US Bank? Look at this. Huntington Bank Shares, Umpqua Holdings. Millions. And the list goes on and on and on. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, notice this over here on the right-hand side. That's the list on the right-hand side. Notice that little square that I'm highlighting and I'm scrolling. Yeah, there's thousands. Okay. So they got free money to bail them out, because, you know, in a capitalist society, you don't get bailed out if you're financially irresponsible. Your bailout means you have to file bankruptcy. So then all your debtors, or the debts, are getting wiped out. These guys, instead of them filing bankruptcy like a capitalist system would, they get taxpayer money, the OC's money, robbing us to give to the rich. The title of the live stream tonight: robbing the poor, which is us, giving to the rich. And then you wonder why the wealth gap is so big and getting larger by the hour. It's because some people get free money, free help. And we're not talking about $5. We're not talking about $1,000 credit line. Oh, you messed up. Oh, by the way, since you messed up, you can't even get a $500 credit card. But these guys mess up, and you can get hundreds of trillions. Actually, it's not trillions, hundreds of millions just doled out to all the banks, just like that. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is a travesty. Citizens Bank, One United Bank, Enterprise Financial Services. These are millions and billions of dollars. All right. I won't harbor on that anymore, but I wanted you to understand, in case people are new and only have grown up in the last 25, 30 years, you might not realize the poor, the OCs, us, we've been paying this nonsense. All right. So I just wanted to let you guys know. And then I have to go to the next one, because this next one is what happens after you give people billions of dollars who are already in the wealthiest household earners. It's no wonder that, I don't know, 8 to 10 to 15 years later, those same people who got these hundreds of millions or billions of dollars, it would be no surprise that the top 1% of US earners now hold more wealth than all of the middle class. They robbed us from our money, gave it to these other guys. Now these other guys own more than all of the middle class, 27% of total. You guys, somebody please tell me you're as angry as I am. Somebody please tell me that this is going to be motivation for you to start your own business. Motivation for you to kick their ass. They ain't smarter than you. All right. All right. Hold on. Stream tonight. It's okay, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we're having interference because I'm about to go off once again. I lost my screens. It looks like there's a bunch going on. Maybe you guys can hear me, but I'm going to have to do something here. We're not liking how this is working. We're not liking this, are we? I'm not liking it. We can get back into some views here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to go off. This is what irritates me. This is why I started the channel, quite frankly, if you can still hear me, because it looks like we're having a little technical difficulties because tonight. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I see right now this is how it is. You know, the SS about to go off into this never land, robbing from the rich, robbing from the poor, giving it to the rich, and he's showing receipts. We can't have that. We can't have that. People might understand that they're being robbed. They might start opening up their own businesses, might start getting tax breaks and tax deductions, just like the rich do, and using those same playbooks. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're talking about tonight. So we're going to have a little interference. Let me see who else is in the house tonight. It looks like Moses Tillman is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. With the icon next to your name means he's a member of the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So if you can't get in the chat room, there's a reason why. And he says, good evening, SSN family. That means that's his tagline. That means there's something else coming. Let's go. Exactly. Thank you so much once again for being here. Yes, I got the notification also. This is a new record so far. We have 2 people. Okay, maybe we got 4 or 5 people. Here we go. I got the notification as well. Oh my, they were like, oh, it's safe out here. It's safe out here to start telling more people about it. And then this video is the one I go off again. This is funny as hell. I'm here live for a little while. Thank you so much, Moses Tillman. I know you're out there working hard, slaying away, winning. We love it. All right. Yes, I can hear you, but you keep breaking up. All right. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that Wi-Fi. Exactly. They got me on lock. Yeah, that Wi-Fi going in and out. Thank you. Yeah, every time you speak the truth, somehow the Wi-Fi goes out. Exactly. You're starting to see a correlation. Oh my. And somebody on Facebook, the Facebook user says you're going in and out. All right. This is not a good thing, ladies and gentlemen, is it? Because I'm starting to show some things and they're like, hold on a minute. He's like showing receipts. We can't have that, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, I'm looking at my Wi-Fi signal. It's not looking too good. I mean, it's really terrible for some strange reason. Well, you know how we do this. You know how we do this. And so I don't know if you guys actually were able to see this travesty, just showing that due to the repercussions, trillions and people's money that they get to go use for free because they don't is going to have an all-time record of 27% increase after 10, 14 years. Let me ask you guys something. Let's use common sense, shall we? Let's just use common sense here. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that it's 2008, 2009, and you're the lucky recipient of, let's just say, $10 million. And you're no dummy, but you could dummy in this case, because even a dummy would have said, hey, you know what? All these houses over here that used to be 500 grand, I can pick them up for 200 grand now. And so let's go buy 20 of them because they just gave us $10 million. So we'll go spend formulas about, but he's not really smart. He just said, I'll just buy 20 houses and I'll rent them out so I get to make money off of the other people's money, the taxpayers, the poor people's money. And then all of a sudden, in the last like 2 years, that 200 and some odd $1,000 house is worth like $600,000, $700,000. And we got 20 of them. 20 of them times about 600 grand. They're worth like $12 million. So it's easy to see why the rich would increase the record by 27%. It's not that hard. It's not like they really kicked your ass. It's that they got free handouts. You know, like I see your ass off. I have to work my ass off. We all have to achieve the American dream. But they're taking advantage and acting like they're the ones that are the smartest ones in the world. That's not true. That's why you need to get in and do the exact same. They get the lead. So then you pull out investment property, you build your some more. And they don't want this one coming out today, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, got myself on twice, apparently. Oh, this is funny today. All right. Well, this is something new, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in my own live stream. How beautiful is that? Okay, this subject matter is not for the faint at heart, because once you understand what you need to do exactly what the rich do. They buy assets, whether it's multifamily, it doesn't matter, whether it's businesses, then they turn around and buy some more. All right. You get tax cutoffs, you get tax breaks. So let's go. We have a lot of people in the house tonight. And yes, I do realize it's going in and out. And I can actually see the signal right now. And it's terrible. It keeps going up and down. Wow. Let's go. Can't hold us down. Exactly. And again, and he says it exactly right. Every time you speak the truth, yeah, we have Wi-Fi issues, and tonight it was going to be heavy. Don't sweat it. We have fiber optics internet here in free country of Florida. Exactly. Wilson Koo is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here with the icon. And he says, good evening, Mr. Bird. This is the tagline, ladies and gentlemen. He sells money. And once again, we are having total problems tonight. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me see. This place isn't that thick, that busy. You know, this is one of the cheap neighborhoods around. So I don't know why there's internet problems tonight. I have my suspicions, though. But Wilson Koo, he sells money, ladies and gentlemen. QuickEasyFunds.com. QUIK. E is in Eric, Z is in Zebra, funds.com. And yes, Moses Tillman. Yep, the free country of Florida. That's right. I'll be there soon. In fact, I have to do some other things in Florida. I'm going to bury my mother in Florida apparently as well, too, because her family, my family's from Florida, which is interesting. When I was a kid growing up, I didn't know really we had family in Florida. It's kind of funny. But anyhow, Vanessa Comagate, Wilson Koo. Hey, Koo man. All right. We still have weak signal here, ladies and gentlemen. Your internet is not good tonight, Joshua Felder. I see that. It's very, very low for some reason. And I can not correct it. Unfortunately, even this is very bad, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to try to keep it going, but this is very, very bad tonight. Oh, no, boss coming in and out. Products. Oh, tonight must be a good night, and I can tell my Wi-Fi. So what I'm going to do here is this probably won't help because we're having bad internet. No, it's not just you. It's my side. It's low internet right now. I can tell it's very, very low. I basically have nothing. So I might try to do something else, which will be very, very different. Well, that's interesting. I don't even have, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even have Wi-Fi at all. Okay, this is interesting. Hold on, let me see. Well, maybe we do, maybe we don't. So anyhow, I guess we'll find out shortly. Evening, Joshua F. All right, let me know if you guys can still hear me because it appears I'm good, but who knows? Wilson Koo's up, family. All right. How's it going, Koo, man? Nothing but love in the house. That's what happens here at SSN Nation, ladies and gentlemen. Eric, you got a shadow in your live stream. You got that right, Wilson Koo. Wi-Fi is better now. Thank you so much. Now, we're talking, Joshua. Thanks for the Change Now video. Thank you, Moses Tillman, for saying that. Joshua Felder put the foot in that one. He went precise, concise, start to finish, laid it out for almost a 5-year-old can do. It was beautiful work. They're trying to censor you, Vanessa Comagate. Of course they are, because they know what's coming next. They already censor me. That's what's so funny about this. Why don't they just go on about their business? We're just talking here amongst the OCs so they know what they have to work against. They're working on an uphill battle, but you can still beat their asses. I'm going to say it again. They're not smarter than us. They just have, let's just call it, advantages. All right, Moses Tillman, no problem, brother. Yep, let's go. Okay, Florida is the melting pot of the country, if not the world, Moses Tillman. Yes, That's for sure. Eric has got the Russian satellite connection to China. Oh, yeah, the Russians have been hanging out. That's for sure. Good God. Too much truth on this channel. Thank you so much, Joshua Felder. That's exactly right. Wilson Koo, Roland. Florida is looking more attractive each day. Vanessa Comagate, I'm telling you, check out my video where I said exit California, the second one, because when you start adding up your, oh, wait. Forget when you start sending it state of California and you're like, wait a minute, if I'd have lived in Florida, I wouldn't even have to fill this out in the first place. I wouldn't even have to pay this amount. Then you were going to go to the next thing and you're like, hey, my business is over here. I got some taxes on that. If I lived in Florida, as long as I don't have a C Corp and it's just an LLC or an S Corp, there's no state tax on that either. So then you'd be like, oh, that could have been in my pocket. And then you also realize when you pay in that 9 or 10% tax, sales tax, for every $100, you could have saved nearly $3.50 to $4 for every $100 spent, because our sales tax is about 3 or 4 points higher, depending on what city, state, or city and county you're in. Right, because it's not cheap to live in Cali in the first place. You're going to be spending thousands, tens of thousands going through it all the time. And you could have been saving 3 to 4%, which starts adding up. So another $3, $4, $5, $6,000 you're paying out because you're out buying stuff. Oh, and by the way, you know when you're pumping your gas and it says $4.69, $4.99, $5.49, $5.89, and then you realize, wait a minute, I just put in 15 gallons 4 or 5 times this month, so that's 60 gallons. But then if I was in Florida, that would be $2 less per gallon, $1.50 less per gallon. Wait a minute, I just gave up another $100 and some odd dollars. Oh, by the way, I got 3 cars. I'm going down to exit California now. Wait, I got 3 cars. My registration is over $1,000 for all 3. And you know, I just go to Florida and it might be $500, $550 for all 3. I'm just saying, that's just for starters. How can I forget? If you wanted to buy a house, they're not $1 million yet. You can still buy a nice house for 300 grand, 350, 250 in some areas, as long as it doesn't say like in Orlando or in Miami or in Jacksonville or in Tampa. But suburb wise, 500 for the same house that's $1 million over in Cali costs like 300,000, 350 in Florida. Come on. All right, let's get back to it, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we have full powers back. That is not derailed. Can you do personal hotspot with your phone? In fact, that's what I was getting ready to do, because I was about to bypass them. But since I'm back, it looks like we're 100. I guess they knew that's why I was fumbling with my phone, because I was about to cut on the hotspot and call it a day. We are going to make this happen either way. Thank you so much, Victor Morrell, for mentioning that. You should right-click on your Wi-Fi icon and click troubleshoot. Thank you so much. It looks like we're here, chilly here for the past week. Moses Tillman, it's all right. It's okay. It has to be chilly sometime. Just think, if you had paradise all the time, then you wouldn't enjoy the paradise. Shows up in about another 2-3 weeks. Actually, probably in another week, it'll probably be 80 degrees, 85 degrees, wherever you're at. But we always know South Florida and Miami, Fort Lauderdale and all that, I'm pretty sure it's got to be around 80. So anyhow, it's chilly where I'm at in Sacktown when we're waking up and it's somehow 40 degrees, 45 degrees, 49 degrees, chilly. We hear you. Thank you so much, Wilson Koo. Yes, we can hear you. Sounds clear now. Thank you so much, Vanessa Comagate. Hear you much better. Thank you so much. All of a sudden it cleared up, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what's going on. Got some new lending products for you all. Here we go. This is 2006, 2007 all over again, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have heard me say this before with the lending products because it's crazy what's out there and people don't know about it, but they're going to know about it shortly. Auntie Val, Professor Auntie Val is in the house tonight, ladies and gentlemen, with the icon next to her name. Thank you so much for being here. And she says, good evening, fam. She has the heart and she has the strength and she has the will. Looks like they're back, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? I think it's time to bypass the these crooked guys here. I think it's time to do the bypass. So that's what we're probably going to end up doing. So here we go. Yes, I heard you mention Nails to Go. Did they update you, boss? No, not yet, Vanessa Comagate. I did not get any news right now, but again, I haven't been fully engaged because I still have to deal with a funeral situation. So that's what's been on the most of the mind going on in my spare time. So anyhow, but I'm still doing the live stream for an hour and a half or so tonight as well. And then on the Friday night live stream, it's either going to have to be very, very early because I'm flying out evening time on Friday night. So therefore, I can't do the normal 9-10 p.m. So either I'm going to have to do like a 7 p.m. Eastern for an hour or midnight or something like that. But either way, it'll probably be earlier than later because I'll be at another airport. But anyhow, yes, the fingernails to go. I might have gotten an update, but I haven't checked, but nothing new yet. We're going to have them on when they have those contracts signed and everything's in place, but I do know what is in place. I actually know what's going on, but I just don't want to say it because they haven't officially said they signed. Auntie Val, good evening. As we went through, here we go. You speaking facts. There is no comparison. I will save lots of moolah. Exactly, Vanessa Comagate, because in most places, which I'm about to show, when your household earns more money, you generally don't work in an office. You are free to roam. So therefore, you can take advantage. That's why people have moved to Puerto Rico where they have that tax law for crypto, but you got to jump through other hoops that they don't tell you about. Hey, Auntie Val, hey, Professor Val, thank you. Check your email. I will have to shortly. Can't wait for Texas to heat up. I really hate cold weather. Well, Joshua Felder, unfortunately, you might have to wait for what, another 30 days or so before you heat up. Evening at Professor Val. Right on. Joshua F. Try 12. I totally understand. Exactly. All right. Well, you know, we just got started before things started acting wiggy. And now all of a sudden, I still have it on standby because I'm going to go to, here's the next thing. So we were talking about the top 1%ers. Here, I'm going to put this back on the screen. We were talking about the 1%ers. All right. So there it is. Record. All right. Record 27%, ladies and gentlemen. That's no accident. That's easy when you get free money. All right. That's very, very easy. But there's some things down here that is very, very interesting. Here's the look at this. Middle-class Americans now hold less wealth than the top 1% by income. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. 1989, 30 years ago, till now, it's getting worse. All right? So don't let this fool you when somebody's trying to tell you that things are going good for you because you make $100,000 a year. They're not going good for you. All right? They're not going good because they're stealing, they're robbing from us to help out the top 1%, top 10%. All right. Now, I just wanted to reiterate this because, again, it shows black and white. The top 1% officially have more money than the whole middle class. This is 2021, October 12th article, just so you guys understand. So it's only about 5 months old. But this right here is getting crazy. Crazy. If you think this is okay, here's the problem. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. 1990. And oh, by the way, you know what happened in 1989? There's something called the savings and loan. That's right. Savings and loan debacle. The guys that got bailed out, and some of the savings and loans actually went out of business back then because, you know, they were more in a capitalist society in America then. But a lot got saved. And it's no surprise that robbing from the poor, using our tax money to give to the rich, and all of a sudden, their bracket is going up a lot higher and more money than us. Can you believe this, ladies and gentlemen? All of the middle class, 60% of the middle class can't even compete with the top 1% when it comes to income. That's a travesty. So now let's talk about something else. This is hilarious here. Now I'm going to get into, you do know that in the COVID era, 2021, you guys know good and well what happened. You were all here, front row. Here's the funny thing. You know that PPP loan money? You know, you would think that they were going to give that $500 billion out to, you know, mom and pop places. You know, Congress and the presidents and everybody's talking about, yeah, we got to help out the mom and pop businesses because we closed down their business. Funny thing happened. Once again, the mom and pops didn't get anything. Well, they got something. They got a little bit of something. But, you know, it's kind of interesting that the SBA, which is part of the government, they said that 87% of the loans went to smaller businesses. But as you guys are well aware, whenever there's free money, you know who's getting it. So here we go. So the loans doled out through November went to just 5%. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 5% of the more than 5 million recipients. That's it. So guess who got a lot of the rest of the money? 28% of the total funds were used for loans of less than $150,000. You guys seeing this, right? Or do I have to highlight? Here, I'll highlight. So under 150,000, you know who got those. You know, mom and pops got those. Who do you think got those other ones? Oh, you mean like White House press secretary received $2 million for her roofing business? Yeah. This is insane craziness, right? So just remember when they said, were they going to, you heard it first on SSN Nation, when we were laughing about the fact that they were saying at the beginning that were the loans going to be forgiven. And we all knew what was going to happen. I said it here first. I said of course they're going to be forgiven because the money's not going to mom and pops. They're going mostly to the wealthy. We knew that. You guys knew that well before anybody else. Of course, because they rob from the poor and give to the rich. That's their MO. So they had to forgive them. They don't ever pay back loans if they don't have to. All right. So I'm going to keep bringing up Exhibit A, B, C, and D, and then we're going to get into what we need to do, ladies and gentlemen. I still got back to one. It looks like I'm back to, I want to show you this too. Just so you guys understand, I was richest man, lawyers and private schools, land, paycheck protection program funds. Does this sound like mom and pop or the richest guy? You give him a loan. So you're robbing from the poor, giving it to the rich, and then telling the poor, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, go to work hard. What's wrong with you? Get an education, get a job. Oh, get a job that pays me $20 an hour. Get a job and you'll be fine. Where's my benefits? You don't get any benefits, but we're taking all your money though. That's why you're not going to get any benefits, and we ain't helping the two. Man got up to 6.3 million in coronavirus stimulus money. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we keep going? I don't want to. Because next up is something that most people don't realize. And some people are sitting here talking about, I skipped to the PPP, but oh my, in 2017, there was a tax cut, ladies and gentlemen, another way to rob you. So let us count the ways. PPP loan, rob you because you're going to be paying that PPP loan money back in taxes. Oh, the 2017 tax cut, rob you because you're going to be paying that back in taxes. That's right, OCs, ordinary citizens. Therefore, you wonder why the rich are getting richer. They're the ones getting bulk of all this alleged free money, but it's not free money because we now have a $30 trillion deficit. And we also have people having to pay more taxes. And all those people that are rich who get to have trust, who get to have corporations offshore, who get to have corporations where they can depreciate against their assets from the free money that they got. You think that's a level playing field? It's not. And that's why you have to bust your ass because them guys are way ahead of us. But here's what I want to show you, the 2017 tax cut that some people, for whatever reason, think that that was for you, the ordinary citizen. It's not. Here's Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, right? And they point out that it's going to lose 1.9 trillion over 10 years. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is code for you're going to be paying more money, taxes. That's right. You, the rich guys got their tax cuts, tax breaks, but you are going to be paying more. I don't care if it's another 5%, but it's another 5% that's coming out of your pocket. All right. Now, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. The average tax cut for that year for the top 1%, those incomes above $837,000 will be $61,000. Nice. But look at this. Those making under 91,000, oh, that would be about 80% of the American citizens, that is, will receive only about $400 back. Congratulations. Hopefully you didn't drink the Kool-Aid because your family, your grandkids, great-great-grandkids, guess who's paying more? You guys, me, you. So therefore, we have to have our own businesses. We have to have our real estate. We have to make investments in the stock market. We have to keep those investments and hold them like Warren Buffett does. Don't withdraw them if you don't want to. Or you can withdraw, but withdraw after a year. So then you pay 15%. Or you borrow against your taxes. And then when you pay it back, you still avoid taxes. There's ways that you can do it. And get this. This is what the top 10%ers do. All of their assets, they're wrapped up into assets that pay them. They can have property, never have to sell it, but you can borrow against that property and your tax implications are way lower. And instead of selling the property or selling any assets, they just buy more assets, just like we've been talking here, with your profits. You're supposed to join them, ladies and gentlemen. You're competing against them on one end, but you're supposed to join them on another and take them out. Oh, I'm sorry. I get like this. occasionally. I get like this. I get a little upset like this. So I don't mean take them out in the literal term. I mean beat their ass in the businesses. That's what I mean. They're not smarter than you. And some of you will finally realize when you start looking at some things, you start looking at these, a lot of rich people, they're smart. Some of them are, but a large percentage of them are not, because they didn't actually do the work. What happens is they actually made the money. And then once they make the money, they have the account $52, and then all right, they find out about loopholes, and then I'm gonna see something here, ladies and gentlemen. So hold on. There's some things that are about to happen that might be a little problem. So I just want to warn you right now, because I'm going to try and switch over to my phone, because we're having serious problems on this here. But I guess my phone went off because I didn't use it. So I'm going to switch up. As soon as I said that, they gave me back my stuff. All right. So let's go. I talked a lot, but here we go. Strong, Atlas, Fire, Universe, Vapor, Project X, Thor, Power. Yes, I like all that crypto. Wow, top 1%. That's nuts. Strategy time. Exactly, it's nuts. Joshua Felder, I saw your Drip Network video and did the credit card portion. However, it didn't go through. I submitted a ticket to Simplex, but they haven't fixed the issue. Victor Marrero, therein lies one of the problems. That's Simplex. That's overseas. Most United States credit card holders, their credit card will not allow them to charge using that Simplex. It all depends on which credit card you have, and there's only a few that will allow the code to go through. I actually have a credit card that will allow it to go through, but 3 or 4 of the other ones won't work because the code they use says you're not in the land of the free, buddy. All right. All right, here we go. Moses Tillman, been in Drip for 8 months now. Wow. All these nodes, that's correct. The nodes look to be like the winners instead of the Dows. Joshua, I've been following Drip for a couple of weeks myself. That's it. Check out that latest video, Drip number 4 on DAP Radar in top rankings. Right on. Congratulations on that, Joshua Felder. Drip still holding strong on 1% per day. Gotta love it. It's at an all-time. If it's hot all the time, that means pina colada all the time. Exactly. Cool. No thank on that. -12. That -12. All right, here we go. Chili Davis, aka Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream, members only chat edition. He says, good evening, SSN family. Good evening once again to you. And you can go check out Chili Davis's channel. That's right, Chili Davis. Get that subscriber count up, because he actually does updates throughout the day and in the evening times. And he can help you because he talks about stocks and crypto and some investment strategies along the way while he's discussing why you might think about considering stocks. So once again, go check him out. Chili Davis with 2 L's, CHILLY Davis. Subscribe. All right, please. All right, Binance 10-day deposit hold ends this Sunday, so we're going to let it rip. Thank you, Victor Marrero, for mentioning that. All right. Yeah, I've really been looking more into crypto only past 6 months. There you go, Moses Tillman. Nothing wrong with that. You're still early. Crypto's just the beginning. It's only 12 years old. It's actually not even 12 years old when you really think about it, because they didn't even have exchanges 12 years ago. They didn't even exist. So exchanges and all that came out about 7, 8 years ago. And then after that, there was all kind of problems, hacking and all that. So only really in the last 3 to 5 years, in my opinion, even though the coin prices went up, but at the same time, the infrastructure is being built as we go. So it's still early, and nobody knows who's actually going to be the ultimate winner. You know why? Because the establishment, the top 1%ers, top 10%ers, they're trying to pick their winners right now and make backdoor moves. Joshua Felder, Victor Marrero, your bank is probably blocking you. I had the same problem with my bank. Exactly. The bank is blocking him. It's a code that Simplex uses, because I called my bank because I had 2 cards that didn't go through, and then one card It did go through. And then I was like, okay. But then I called that bank and they said, oh, yeah, we'll let it go through, but we have a limit. So it's in the banking system that's restricting. Keep getting PPP loans, app requests. I steer clear of it. Exactly. Like I said, here's the funny thing. A lot of you may have noticed that I didn't talk about getting a PPP loan, right? Once you realize how our government operates, then you're going to understand things a little bit differently. I understand them differently because I've been under government scrutiny for the last 40 years. So when the thing that came to my mind is how many people actually have a business that's going to qualify? Not that many, but there's going to be a lot of people filing for them and receiving lots of money. And in turn, we see the fallout. People are getting arrested. You knew that was part of the playbook. Why? Because we have an industrial complex for prisoners. Prisoners are money. That's why America has more prisoners than the rest of the world combined locked up, because it's money. So once you understand, they're willing to take your tax money to give, like you did notice when I ran everything, that they're trying to give it to the top 1 to 10%, right? They did. 28% of the loans. Come on. You guys know what time it is. Once you understand what's really going on and stop being in denial, then you'll say, oh, that's why they gave PPP loans. Not only can they lock people up, but they have to give out money so they can keep robbing the poor. So keep in mind, they get twofold operation here. They give their friends millions of dollars, and then they get to lock some people up, which gets their friends millions of dollars, because if you're locked up, each prisoner is worth a certain amount of money. The food that goes in, the weapons, the clothing, all things that go into running a penitentiary or any jail services, right? So once you understand that part of the equation, and then they give money to their friends, and that also means they can now tax us, the OCs, more money. That's their playbook. That's the MO, ladies and gentlemen. So we can only join them. So we got to start our own businesses. You want to start a business? Use Opus Virtual Office, where you have a virtual office. Don't use your home address. It's a commercial address. So therefore, the link is down below in the description. Start your business. The 10%ers have a business. You have a business. Simple. They invest in the stock market. You invest in the stock market. They buy real estate. You buy real estate. You can't catch them in 1 year or 5 years, but you damn sure can catch them if you keep working at it. They're not smarter than you. They just have a little advantage, like I said before. All right. Now, I got into that 2017 tax cut stuff. We're about to get into it, but every time I start doing this, all of a sudden the gremlins show up. So we're going to keep going on this. Here we go, so you guys can see this yourself. Look at average tax change. So it's fine. There might have been some tax changes, but notice this says 2025 because it was over time, ladies and gentlemen. You were bamboozled, brainwashed. It wasn't like it was going to happen in 2021 and 2022. It was over time. And you were going to have an increase, which they never talked about. All right. So again, does this help anybody? Doubling the estate tax? I don't think so. I don't think so. From 11 million to 22 million, that's a 1%er's problem. Not our problem, 1%er's problem. But go ahead, give them guys that tax break, right? Cutting top individual income tax rate to 37% from 39.6. Again, this is not you, ladies and gentlemen. This is the other guys. So they get almost a 2.6% decrease in their tax. Well, if you make $1 million, 2.6 is it's a sizable 20, 30 G's. I mean, come on. Let's just call it what it is. Just what I was talking about with Vanessa Comagate about California. If I'm going to say that 2 point something percent ends up being 20, 30 grand, you're damn right. You're going to change states. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not dummies when it comes to money in their pocket. All right. And guess what? So for the child tax credit, you won't get the full increase. They knew that. All right. You guys getting this yet? And Curtis Davis says, yes, the White House press secretary has a roof business. Exactly. In Tampa, I think it is, allegedly. Joshua Felder, let's go. For Victor Marrero, this is why I'm very bullish on crypto. Crypto is the best way to create wealth and will only be getting better. Where else can you print money out of thin air? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Crypto, the reason why the government and everybody's going to have to do something is because this is the people's money. This is a way that the people can invest in something and get their 1%, which the banks won't give, or credit unions. They won't give people their 1% a month or 10% a month or anything for using our money. They won't give us anything. So now you have these makeshift things like these DAOs and this drip-like organization and strong blocks, and they're giving back. We don't really know how their ecosystem works. A lot of it looks like a Ponzi scheme, quite frankly. But the government is sitting there going, okay, we can't have ordinary citizens becoming millionaires. We're going to have to shut this down because we've let this run for the last 5 years, which has kind of gotten crazy. And now they've come up with their new financial instruments, these DAOs, these drip type organizations, these nodes. And they're like, wait a minute, we can't have this, because if this works, if we let this go for 2 or 3 years, and people who just put in like $1,500, $5,000, $10,000 over the course of 5 months or a year, and then all of a sudden these people are getting, like Joshua Felder, $3,000, $4,000 a month from their investments that normally would have been in a bank. The government's, no, Goldman Sachs is like, hey. JP Morgan's like, hey, Bank of America. That's right, all the Fed guys. Bank of America, all of them, Wells Fargo, Mellon Company, all these guys, they're all like knocking on the door going, hey, man, you do realize the market cap, they got $1 trillion market cap in crypto. All of that money would have been in our banks. We would have been able to use it. And not only would we have been able to use it on some risky ass investments, we would have been able to give them nothing for it. And for all those investments that are winners, we'd be able to give our stockholders some money. Our CEO gets bonuses because the stock price went up or we sold X amount of something. All that money we would have. You better do something. You better come out and make a statement such as, we don't know if we're going to, govern crypto or not. Block crypto. You better come out with a statement every now and then to make sure that people don't think this is going to be full-blown happening, because you do realize if people start taking money out of the stock market, that are our little casino over here, you do realize that's going to be bad for us. We can't have that. We got to keep that playground going, because we're making easy money with backdoor deals and doing all kind of insider trading. And you damn sure better not say that you want to put this stuff on the blockchain either. You do realize blockchain is not private. If they know your address, they can actually track every freaking transaction. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Crypto is not private. It may be private as far as you don't know who the individual person is, but once you find out whose wallet address it is, you can find out every freaking transaction the whole time. And you know good and well no government agency is going to allow themselves to be under scrutiny to be able to say, hey, we sent money over here to go buy something. They don't do that, ladies and gentlemen. They do illegal activity. So therefore, don't let them fool you. They're not going to sit around here and go, oh, yeah, crypto's all good. Let's roll. No, they're going to go, crypto's all good, but it's going to be by our terms. That's right. The blockchain, the private blockchain that you're not going to be able to see. You know, just like the Federal Reserve when you don't know what they're buying. Same kind of thing. All right, enough of my rant. But now let's get down to the solutions, ladies and gentlemen, because it's always solutions around here. This is why I'm very bullish on crypto. Crypto is the best way to create wealth and will only be getting better. Where else can you print money out of thin air? That's right. The federal government does it all the damn time. Joshua, true. All right, here we are. We just hit 30 trillion national debt. Yes, trillion with the big T. God bless America. And the only way that we can do that is how? Rob from the poor, because otherwise, where are they getting the money from? Remember, we're in a deficit. So it's just like I always say, Monopoly, the guy that wins has all the money, has all the houses. So that's literally how, let's call it, the regular people has all the houses, all the money. The government has no money. So what do? They go over here and they have a deal with the Federal Reserve and they say, hey, can you buy our debt? Or can you, hold on, ladies and gentlemen, I got a call, but I can't get it. You can buy our debt, or we'll buy your debt and we're going to rob the guy with the money because he puts his money in our bank. We're going to rob him. And by the way, when he pays more, when he pays taxes, we're going to rob him from that. And that's how we're going to get your money back. And oh, by the way, that guy has $2 trillion. So here's $2 trillion. So now you can go buy back your stuff too and start doing some more deals with them again out of thin air. So literally a clumsy analogy, but nonetheless, that's literally what's going on. And then, oh, by the way, the federal government steps in between and says, oh, hey, you know what? You're going to have to pay more taxes. And then the state steps in and goes, oh, by the way, we want to increase the sales tax, 0.5% from now on. Oh, we're going to have to increase your car registration, another $25, $30 this year per vehicle for the rest of your life and keep increasing it. Oh, by the way, your property tax, we're going to have to increase that like a 0.5 point this year. And for the rest of your life as well, every few years we'll increase it because we got to get these guys their money back. But we don't care that we don't have any money. We're just going to do it anyhow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's going on. All right. You guys got to understand. So you got to join these guys. You don't have to be an asshole, though. You can be nice and sweet. You can make money the right way. You don't have to do shortcuts. Just work hard. It's going to take a few years. All right? That's all you have to remember. The biggest trap in 2021 was people sold crypto, tax trap. Exactly. Look at what the government did. They had said, oh, no, we got to start doing taxables, making it nonsensical. Oh, every transaction you do could be a taxable event. Excuse me? What other thing on the planet, every time you do a transaction, it's a taxable event? You didn't sell it. So how is it a taxable event? Oh, you didn't have to in crypto. All of a sudden now you're getting rewards on your money, interest on your money. And because you're getting interest on your money, that's a taxable event. See how mumbo jumbo they make it? Why are you going to make it mumbo jumbo? Because it's helping the ordinary citizens. Therefore, the other citizens who's sitting on the fence, who have their money in the stock market, 401k, putting their money in banks, they're saying, I'm just going to leave my money there because the federal government, they're probably going to ban this anyhow. And they're talking about it's a taxable event. I don't even know about crypto that much in the first place. So every time I buy and sell, it's taxable. If I earn interest, every time I'm supposed to keep track, it's taxable. How? No, I'm not going to do it. You're getting the FUD, ladies and gentlemen. You're understanding how this is going, I hope. So now, this is why we come up with no barriers to entry, no credit, no qualifying. That's what we do. And oh, by the way, we're 1 hour in. Please smash that like button. And down below in the description, get your free stocks from Robinhood and Webull. Get your free $10 from Coinbase if you haven't already. I might have something else down below as well. Free $5 of Dogcoin, ADA, Shiba, any one of those. You'll have your choices from Webull. The link is down below in the description below the video. There's some other things down there as well, because the Opus Virtual Office I was talking about down below. You start your own business, ladies and gentlemen, because you get tax write-offs for probably doing what you love to do right now. All right. We just hit 30 trillion. That's incredible. Sold stocks like GameStop or all like refuse. Exactly. That's enough for this. Every time, enough. Let me go find out what's going on here. Let me see if I can find my thing. Okay, this is interesting. All right, let's. All right, let's see if this is any better. It's not appearing to be. This isn't good. No, this isn't good at all. But okay, we're going to roll. So the best wealth strategy is to borrow against assets like crypto, stocks, not sell. Exactly. Assets like real estate as well. Borrow against that. Don't sell. That's why if you pay attention to the wealthiest, that's why they mostly have homes sitting all over the country, all over the world, vacant. Not vacant in reality. What I mean is nobody lives there. And they have homes all over. They didn't sell them. Sometimes they will sell them, but they've accumulated. They just keep accumulating because you can always borrow against them, and you never know what you need to borrow against them for. All of a sudden, you're finding out you want to buy something, $5 million deal. And then you go, oh, wait, I got like a home over there that's worth $1 million. I got a home over there that's worth 2.5. Yeah, I can get like 500,000, 750,000. You can give me that loan, right? Sure can. And oh, by the way, you can give me the 750,000 extra, so then I can just repay back that borrowed money too, right? Sure can. All right. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the advantages you get. And I see my Wi-Fi is still weirdly low, which indicates to me it might just be my computer. Good evening, SSN family, Juvie lovers in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Very nice to see you again with the icon next to the name. Good evening, SSN family. Almost to node number 5. Auntie Val doing the strong block way. Node number 5, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Just to give you guys an idea, this is crypto. This is strong block. You buy 10 coins of strong block. That will get you a node. A node right now is about $500, maybe more, $550 probably. But anyhow, that would cost you around $6,000 to get your 10 nodes. And then you get 10% per day. So roughly, let's call it $50 per day right now. We'll round down to make it easy, $40 per day. And 40 times 30, 1,200. And 1,200 times 4, 4,800. And she's saying Professor Auntie Val is going for number 5. And if this goes well, then number 5 times 12 is $6,000 a month, ladies and gentlemen, of rewards that she earns. How about that? Congratulations, Auntie Val. She's going for it, ladies and gentlemen. She's doing the damn thing. I think that's enough passive income. That's Going to be taxable event, by the way, eventually. Actually, I don't know the tax code, and neither does anybody else. That's why there's a lot of new crypto lawyers or crypto accountants running around. They're not even adept at the crypto accounting. So it's going to be very interesting how they're going to account this rewards. It's wild. All right, Chili Davis stocks, exactly. Joshua Felder, Victor Morrell, I tell you the card I am using through email. Them people watching, exactly. Black Miss America. Oh, yes. Sadly, she jumps to her death. That is crazy. Curtis D, just subscribe to your channel. Awesome, Wilson Koo. Thanks for that. Thanks for that support, Curtis Davis. It is very sad. Exactly, very sad. Joshua Felder, I see people more than ever buying cars with the refund money that got back and wonder why they broke. People are keeping themselves poor just to flex. I blame the rappers for this. Exactly. Exactly. Here's the thing that cracks me up about this, and a lot of people, if we have anybody watching, is the rappers, the people that are in the entertainment business, even actors and things like that. What people don't realize is they're walking down red carpets, and a lot of people think that that's their gear that they're wearing, that's their jewelry they're wearing. No, oftentimes some of the top designers are putting their jewelry, their bags, the luggages, the shoes, everything on this person to walk down the red carpet, and it's not theirs. And so then they go back, take it off. That's it. That's it. They didn't buy it. It's crazy. Now, if you have a deal, a clothing brand deal, and you're the face of it, then they will give you one of the outfits that you're wearing. That's true. But you're getting paid. It's not like they had to go out here and spend 10 grand, 15 grand, 20 grand for whatever they're wearing. The jewelry is loaned. So when he says rappers, the same rules apply. These guys are out here getting loans and people think they're rich. Here's the thing in the music business that a lot of people don't understand. When, let's say a musical artist signs a contract, his contract says $5 million. That's actually a $5 million loan, because you're going to have a 3 or 5 record deal. They're recouping the money. So you have your first record deal. You got the 5 mil. So you're out there buying the jewelry, buying the cars, buying the house, doing all this stuff. Your first album comes out and it only sells 1 mil. Now, if you have a 3 record deal, your record label is now going, oh, damn, we might have a problem. We only had $1 million in sales. We gave this guy $5 million advance. So that $1 million they kept. He still has $4 million loan owed. Second album comes out. Second album, a banger. Double platinum. That gets him almost there, right? He's like, that's another 3.5 mil. That's about 4.5 mil. The record company's feeling good. They're like, all right, woo, that was awesome. He's almost there, but he didn't get none of that money either. So all the cars, all the stuff, everything they bought, now they have to go out and do shows, because when they do the shows, unless they have a new 360 deal, which that's a travesty, but if they have a show and they don't have the 360 deal, that's when they get their 50,000 a show if they're hot, 100,000 a show if they're hot, right? That's the money that they get to now still play with, but they still have an IOU with their record label. Let's say the third album comes out and it's a flop. They didn't complete the $5 million. They still have an IOU to the record company. But they're still out flexing. But eventually, because now they don't have that millions coming in from nowhere, now all of a sudden when they take the car down there, that Ferrari, that Lamborghini, or whatever other car that's $200,000 or $300,000, Porsche, aren't really that expensive, but those high-end vehicles, they take it down and the guy says, hey man, we need $3,000 for this repair, because you didn't put in a new exhaust, you didn't put in some new wheels, you did all this stuff, you voided your warranty. All of a sudden, these dudes are like $10,000. Whoa, wait a minute. And then the next thing you know, there's something else. That jewelry and all that stuff starts disappearing because now they say, damn, we better sell this stuff because we got bills to pay. That $1 million house that costs you like 10 G's a month to maintain, all of a sudden you're out here going, damn, where's these shows at? And that's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. So they don't have the money ultimately. So now 5 to 10 years later, you see like a lot of music industry people don't really have the funds that they used to have or people thought they had, because actually they are not able to get another $3 million, $5 million loan from the record label because they're not producing hit songs like that anymore. So therefore they have to live like ordinary citizens. So thank you for bringing this up, Joshua Felder. That's how it all started in the 80s with the MTV videos where people were wearing the chains and the jewelry and the clothing and all that, and didn't realize that some of this stuff is given to them. Some of it's in their contract where they have to pay it back. That's also in a record contract. So when you're doing a video shoot and they bring clothes to your video shoot so you can flex in the video, those clothes might have cost 10 G's. Your video allowance just went up 10 G's just for the clothes. And then the cost of the video to shoot could have been 20 G's. Next thing you know, you get a bill. Well, not really, but your bill is 35, 40 G's. And they just put it up against what you owe them. So now you got that 5 million advance. Now it's 5,035,000 G's. So see, that's what they didn't tell you, but the guys are out there flexing, but they're really broke because it's all borrowed. You guys got to understand. All right. And from that is now where we're at with Instagram and Facebook and all these influencers and things like that who are paid to tell you something, go buy this crypto or go buy this stock, and then they don't disclose that they're getting paid by that company. They don't actually invest in the company. They just got paid for you to go do it. So just think about it. Those power nodes work the same way as the strong block nodes. Exactly. Yes, they do. Power node, good God Almighty, is up to $30, $31, $32 a coin. It was just $1 a month ago. And because I was moving, I didn't take the time out for those 3 or 4 or 5 days. I was sitting there like, when I get done with the moving, I can get my computer. I'm like, nah, let's keep moving. It was at 90 some cents, 80 some cents. You could have bought 50 nodes for $60. Now those 50 nodes is worth, Jesus Christ, 50 times 30. That's insane. That's crazy. So, and you would be earning, what would we be doing? It's, 50 nodes. That's crazy. 50 times 10%, 50 times 3, whatever that is. 150 a day, I believe. I think that's what it is. So, oh, well, can't win them all, ladies and gentlemen. Timing is everything. All right, Vanessa, she understood the laws as an attorney. She knew the truth about Black being pushed into prison system. No win game. Exactly. It's crazy. Victor Morero, yes and no. Exactly. They need more people broke, plain and simple. Exactly. Curtis Davis, it sounds suspicious to me, but God rest her soul. It's very suspicious. It's very, very suspicious. So you always have to wonder, especially, via suicide. Yeah, it's hard to believe. When people say it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. Vanessa, true, suspicious, exactly. Eric, did you hear about Oakland, California? A guy deposit $33,000 in BFA account, then the branch closes with no record of his deposit. Curtis Davis, you guys know my story. You know, there's lots of people here that don't know the story. This is why I don't bank with B of A or Wells Fargo. I don't bank with them. And I'll give the story again. You guys know I have stories. So some of you may know this story, but at one time, my offices were in South Sacramento. They have a Bank of America on Florin Road. So I go in, open up a bank account. I put in $2,000 for my business bank account. So I don't use my business bank account at all. So then one day I write a check for $100, $150 on my business checking account. This is back in the day when we wrote checks and all that. So all of a sudden back then it would take like a week or so. Something would come in the mail and it would say my check bounced. And in my head, I'm just like, okay, they didn't have debit cards or nothing like that on the business account. So I was like, okay, that's impossible. I go down to the Bank of America and I said, hey, what's going on? My account. I said, my bank, this thing says it bounced for $150. The guy says, Mr. Bird, you don't have any money in your account. I was like, what are you talking about? I said, okay, hold on. You're sounding real crazy right now, but I was just here like a month or 3 weeks ago. I put in 2 G's. And so, in fact, I'm getting upset. So you better start telling me where my money is. So he's like, well, I see some withdrawals from Woodland, California. I'm in Sacramento. And I go, Woodland, California, that's like 30, 40 miles from here. What are you talking about? I didn't withdraw. I didn't write any checks. So then he goes, well, let us look at this for a minute. So I go back to my office. I come back because it's up the street. I bring in all my records and I go, look, this is all that happened. So then they proceed to tell me some lame story. The story goes like this. Eric, you and another person opened up a bank account at the same time, apparently, and we gave each of you the same account number. That's how they started the story. So needless to say, the story kind of started ending like, hey, man, you better give me my money back. And they're like, hey, man, we're going to call the police. And I'm like, hey, man, I don't give a damn. We're about to have a problem up in here. Security. I'm like, your security's about to have a problem also. Needless to say, police came, security's come. They had to escort me out of the bank. Bank of America says that money is gone. The other person took it. We don't care. Closed out my bank account and said, you're trespass. You can't come around here no more. It was crazy. Yeah. So, and that's like 30 years ago, by the way. So just so you know, I believe your story and I know they take people's money. And that's why I have a different point of view in America, because stuff has happened to me that most people, when I told my friends what happened, they were all like, nah, that doesn't happen. What are you talking about? I'm like, okay, all right, you'll see. One day it's going to happen to somebody you know. And here we go again with this story. No surprise. I'm a little sis on that. Women don't usually choose such a violent form of suicide. Auntie Val, Professor Auntie Val, she has actually studied psychology, sociology, and when a person wants to do suicide, let's just put it this way. She doesn't fit the profile. That's what it is. But that's just me. No, she doesn't fit the profile for when somebody wants to commit suicide. Now, excuse me. Uh-oh. News 7 covered in California. So the guy put pressure. Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking there's going to be some sort of pressure or somebody actually did it to her. Come on. Again, we don't know the full story, but usually she doesn't fit the profile for this. Curtis Davis, wow. They are taking money out of banks now. Here we go. Oh, Joshua Felder. They've been taking money out of banks. Oh, wait a minute, you guys. Hold on. You guys don't know this. Hold on. Let me show you guys something that they keep quiet. In fact, let me go bank closures 2021. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Google. Most people don't Google this, but check this out. That's right. Look at this. 59 more Connecticut bank branches closed in 2021. Bank of America closed 147. Bank branch closures hit record 269 in California. There you go. It's kept quiet, ladies and gentlemen. They've been stealing money the whole damn time. All right. You guys, America's not what you think it is. All right. This is why you have to get your assets, because the assets are generally protected, right? How many times do you hear somebody saying, hey, their home was stolen, right? You don't, but you hear my money was stolen or the bank took my money. You'll hear that story, right? You'll hear the story about everybody that may owe money for child support or IRS or whatever, and they say, hey, they just came in and took my money. But that's why you have assets that we talk about here and get passive income, because the assets, once you start accumulating them, they have a value. The more you have, the more value that you'll accumulate over time. So therefore, you will have more options than a normal person. You could borrow against money that you didn't have to work for, which is what you want. And that's why we're talking about strong block, power nodes, these DAOs and things like that. Drip, where you're earning interest every day. Celsius Network, Nexo, you're earning interest every day. Rewards. That's money you don't have to work for. That is the money you want, ladies and gentlemen. That's an asset. Money's working for you. All right. So I bought another 10 superhumans today, which I had to. I'm feeling a lot better now, because a lot of you know when I got the first 10 power nodes, they were $28 each. So we're back to even, since they went over $28 now. They're in the 30s. So wow, what a change since 60 days ago. Who knew? Auntie Val, you're right. Something just ain't right. Yeah, it's definitely not right. Eric, that's right. They're working on private blockchain. India pushing a 30% tax on any crypto. Man, see, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. India is one of the most impoverished countries in the world. Their government just does the worst of the worst. Anything that can help the ordinary citizen get better, these guys drop the hammer. 30% tax. That's insane. Just insane. You could see why people would be like, exit India, right? You guys would understand the rest of the world is worse than America. You would see why people are like, I want out. At least if I come to America, I got a chance. We still have taxes and problems and things like that. But in other countries, they just keep their thumb on you. Something that has a way where the ordinary citizen can make more money and don't have to be in their class system, they just try to stamp it out. It's crazy. They have nothing to do with it. They're not helping it, but they're going to tax it. It's crazy. Just like our federal government's like, oh, yeah, they use it for illegal gains and da-da-da-da-da. Oh, but wait, we're going to tax it, though. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought you guys thought it was no good. What do you mean you're taxing it? Same thing. And yeah, see that private blockchain? That's what I'm talking about there. Again, they're going to try and keep it in the dark so they can do their backdoor deals. They're not going to allow you to see their transactions. Cool. Never thought about it that way. Exactly. Blockchains has always been traceable. Don't crypto maxes fool you. Eve privacy coins can be traced. Exactly, Auntie Val. Exactly. Crypto, everybody has it wrong. They were thinking that crypto is supposed to be some privacy thing. That wasn't it. It was so you can do transactions easier. That's it. Without government interference, and make it your own money. But the government's interfering. Government's not going to let that slide. No government's going to let that roll. Because if I don't need their dollar bill, then that means I don't need them. See, that's the whole point. That means they can't tax me. Well, they can now because they're going to try and regulate and do whatever. But the fact of the matter is, if I was using, that's why they had to come with their $600 nonsense on the Cash Apps, the PayPal, and whoever other company, Venmos or whatever other companies that they're doing that $600 transaction a year so they can take the poor, rob the poor again, while the rich get to ride off into the sunset and not have to pay taxes. Because you know what I did, ladies and gentlemen? We're buying property. So then you turn it into a rental, right? It's a multifamily or rental situation. We get to depreciate the property over lots of years. And so that depreciation, I get to write off. against any taxes that I may owe. You see how this works, ladies and gentlemen. Like Miguel's here tonight. He's got 3 properties he's got in the DR. He can depreciate this stuff. All right? So those are the kind of things you got to keep in mind. All right. There we go. Making decentralized to centralized. Exactly. What the hell is wrong with these people? They always want power and control. I'm claiming my power back and then some. Exactly, Joshua Felder. That's the only way we can do it. That's how we have to do it, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I give you the information, but you have to understand what we're dealing with here. This is no joke. You're out here playing games, and quite frankly, I'm guilty of it myself. Because you're not thinking when you're younger, you're not thinking anything. You're more like thinking you're in the grind, right? You're in the grind, you're competing against other people, when in reality, you're not really competing against other people. You're just doing what you're doing, trying to make money for your family, live your best life. And then as you get older, you're realizing, wait a minute, I made this money, and then these guys are making stupid moves, causing me to pay more taxes, more for goods and services, all because of what they're doing. Has nothing to do with what I'm doing, because I'm out here working my ass off. They're the ones giving out free money to people, giving out loans, getting in $30 trillion in debt, a deficit now for the United States. But they're still loaning out money, still sending money all around the world, still giving away money to the rich, buying up debt. And you're sitting there like, wait a minute, I'm the mule in this equation, and they're extracting money from me so they can help out their buddies. I'm just like, we need to switch this around. So how do we switch it around? No barriers to entry. What do? Yeah, I look around. I'm going to tell you guys, I told you before, look around. I go, okay, which countries have no banking relationship with the United States? Check that box. Okay. I don't care about extradition. That's irrelevant. But no banking means they ain't coming over here taking your money just because they feel like it, because they're $30 trillion in deficit going up to 31 trillion, probably sometime at the end of this year. They're doing that, and then they're going to be trying to take money out of our banks, which they're doing now when they did that $600 nonsense. All of that stuff, you guys have to start thinking. Do you think that's going to stop? It's not going to stop. So you're going to have to figure out, are you down with the cause and without an exit strategy? Or are you going to say, you know what? Hold on now. Let me think about, maybe I might want an exit strategy. Maybe I want an offshore trust. Maybe I want an offshore bank account that has nothing to do with the United States. Maybe I should do that. Why? Because the rich do that, ladies and gentlemen. There's a reason they do that. Shield assets. Because the United States government is no joke. They're no different than Japan, China, Russia, any other country in Africa, South America. It doesn't matter. Don't believe the hype. You are the number. You got a social security number. You're monetized. And every time you make money, they make money. And who's they? You might want to check out Mellon Bank and the Federal Reserve. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that before I get shut down tonight. All right, let's go. Exactly, Joshua. They can't stand OCs becoming their own banks. Exactly right, Auntie Val. The death of Miss America, very strange. Exactly it is. Let me see if I skip something there. Dropping the whole wealthier 1% playbook. There you go. Yes, Curtis. Not normal for a sister to jump out a window. Just saying. Exactly. Not normal at all. Congrats. I'll have my 4th one this Friday. Victor Marrero's also on the strong block, handling more and more nodes. I can't blame anybody for that. I can't blame anybody for getting more nodes, even though I haven't done it myself. But these guys, they keep getting nodes. I can't blame them at all. That's very smart. And in case you're not familiar with strong block, ladies and gentlemen, you have to buy 10 strong block coins. All right. Oh, and there goes inequality. So I can't get into it right now. But let's say they're $500 each. So that means you got to spend $5,000. And because there's gas fees and that, this, that, and the other, you're going to have to spend about $5,600. Let's just say you've got to load up $5,600. And then they pay you 10% every day. So if the coin is 500, you're going to get $50 of rewards the next day. 50 times 30 would be $1,500 if the coin price stayed that same price, but they fluctuate. It could go down to $450. That's about the lowest it goes down to. Or it could go up to 800, which means if it went to 800, now you're getting $80 for every day that it's 800 the next day. So now 80 times 30 is 2,400. So if there's a crypto rise, like a good month where it could go up there, that means you get more passive income, ladies and gentlemen. And that is what you want to do right now, because it's getting harder and harder to go out here and make money the old-fashioned way. Because anything where you have to work and put in the work and then have a profit margin, it's getting harder and harder to hold up a high profit margin, because products fluctuate. The supply chain fluctuates. The shipping prices fluctuate now. Everything is fluctuating plus increasing. So before you might have had a 50% profit. Now all of a sudden it's 38%. That's not a good thing. All right. You can't keep shrinking your profit and then expect, because now you have to have higher revenues to make the same money. So that is the problem. So keep that in mind. But congratulations, Auntie Val, Professor Auntie Val, Victor Morel. Congratulations on the strong block, multiple nodes, killing it with the passive income game. Did anybody hear about Google stock split in July, 20 shares to 1 share? Yes. Rumor. I've heard the rumors, along with Tesla rumors of split stock. Auntie Val, facts. Exactly. Congrats, Victor. Exactly. Joshua, our rappers and celebrities fake wealthy instead of getting true wealth. Exactly. They're doing it the whole time, but people don't realize it. This is why some of the actors, once they are able to get that 10 million, 15, 20 million dollars, they now know the playbook. They go, whoa. It's my production company. I got a movie studio, so to speak. That's why you'll see different names on movie productions with the big time stars, because it's part of their production company. So now they get some of the money when it's resold, when it's being shown overseas. Whereas before, in the old days, the actors were ass out. They didn't get the royalties. So think about when Sylvester Stallone does his movies with his friends. Oftentimes, he gives them a piece of the movie. So it's kind of cool, right? And that's why the big guys have their own studio, their own production companies. So everybody realized, wait a minute, I better have my own production company. You want to hire me? My production company's involved. And that's why you always see 3, 4, 5, 6 names at the beginning of the movies these days. And the funding as well comes into play. That's why the funding goes, the movie business is almost like is different than the music business, and just a small little respect. The reason why I was one day like, man, I should have been an actor. You know why? Because these guys get paid up front. And if the movie's a flop, by the time the movie comes out 1.5 to 2 years later, they've already made 2 more movies and gotten paid for those 2 movies. And those 2 movies are going to come out in about another 1.5 years. So they've already gotten paid. And if they're all a flop, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Well, they may not get hired again, but damn sure they got like $6 to $20 million or more. If they were a star, they got more than that for each movie. So they're pretty damn well set. But that's the difference. They're not on the IOU program. And oftentimes now they're getting points on the movie if you're a star. So it's a beautiful thing. So they get to win-win. Lil Wayne, Allen Iverson have both been hemmed up over gold chains and jewelry. Exactly. Yes, Curtis, I saw the announcement from Georgia. Very interesting. Yep. Warren Buffett, famous saying, I'm willing to give you a loan of up to $1 million, but I get to keep the interest over your lifetime. Exactly. That's very well said. He's got that right. He's got that right. And Einstein, with his quote about compound interest, you know, Einstein says compound interest. That's where you should be, ladies and gentlemen. And where can you get it? Well, no bank's going to give it to you. That's for sure. Crypto's trying, but then the government's like, oh, wait a minute now. We only give that to each other, the top 10 percenters in the wealth crew. We don't give that to ordinary citizens. What are you guys doing over here? You understand those guys could also live next to us? They can live next to us, man. Hold on. We can't let them make $1 million, $2 million. They can buy the same houses in our neighborhood. They're different. I'm like, come on, man. This is crazy. So, man, yep, Curtis Davis, yep, and our youth are following these stupid people. Exactly. The Google stock price will explode again because of $4 to $5.50 per share. The stock becomes more tradable, more transactions can occur now versus 3,000. Exactly. That's the whole point of the stock split. So it works every time. And I have to admit, if anybody doesn't invest in Google, that's a company you should always invest in. These guys got their hands in all kind of tills. They're taking no prisoners. So we talked about this before, the Googles, the Facebooks, the Microsofts, the Apples, the Amazons. You can't get rid of these guys. They actually own other companies because of their stock market wealth. They were able to sell stocks, do stock buys, and buy these companies overvalued, pay for more than the company's worth in today's money, and then put them under their umbrella. Warren Buffett basically did that with his Berkshire Hathaway group, Coca-Cola, Geico. That's just the way you do it. If you want to build true wealth like that, that's how they do it. So they've done it, and they're doing it right now. So a stock split to Google is no big deal. They have so many companies underneath them that they're in control of. And speaking of that, YouTube's one of them. So the music contract is a loan. That's right. It's movie actresses or actor too. If they don't make another movie, they're stuck too. Yep, they could be, but they're not stuck like the music guys are, because these guys don't have loan environment to it. They're just like their contract's up. So c'est la vie. But they make so many movies, it's ridiculous. Quite frankly, it's if you guys ever go to the film festivals, like you guys know, I had I do have in the promo for SSN Lifestyle a couple of Sundance Film Festival things, shorts. But if you ever go to any film festivals, you will see some actors, actresses that are in movies that you will know walking around, and they're in these independent movies that they made, or independent movies. And what goes on there is the movies are bought. So that is one of the things. And I'll give you guys, some of you know the story. When I was at the Sundance Sundance Movie Festival, and the director of the director and the investor, they're staying at the same place I'm staying at in the Canyons, in Park City. So I won't say which resort I'm staying at, but because a lot of movie people stay at the resorts that I could talk about. But anyhow, they're staying there, but I don't know them. I know one of the guys, a director for the movie. I know him. And so I say, hey man, we're going to see you at they said, are we going to see you at the final party? I can't remember the name of it. But anyhow, after the Sundance Film Festival wraps up, they have an honors, awards type party or something. So that's the party they're talking about. So because I know the guys with the vans and the cars and all that, I'm calling the guys saying, hey, come pick me up. And by the way, I got like 3 or 4 people. Well, there's people in this party. And while we're going down to the awards, it takes about 15 minutes to get there. And there's a girl in the back seat, and she's on her phone talking. And we're not really paying attention, because me and the rest of the guys were sitting here talking while we're driving. And you just hear bits and pieces, like she goes, really? And out loud. And then all of a sudden she starts going, oh my God, I can't believe it. And we're all like, whoa, what's going on? So then my friend, the director, says, oh, she invested in the movie. Well, the movie that she invested in was the #1 movie at the film festival that year. And so you guys will know the movie. I'll tell you what the movie, I can't remember the name of the movie, but it's the one where the guy is at the BART station in Oakland, California, and the black guy gets killed because the officer pulls out his weapon instead of a stun gun while they're sitting down at the BART station. Well, that movie won the best movie of Sundance Film Festival. And this lady, she actually invested, I think she said $640,000. I think that's how much that movie was made for, something like that. They sold the movie to the Weinstein Group, and I believe it was for $3 million at the festival. So then the Weinstein Group puts it on in all the movie theaters, and it sells, I don't know how much it sold because I can't remember the name of it, but you can look it up. It probably sold more than 3 million. I'll put it that way. And so that's how the movie business went down. And the guy that was the actor, he got paid for making it when they invested in it. So he wasn't known. And so he might have only gotten 30, 40 grand to do it. So from that, though, he's able to get other movie roles, which pay a higher rate. But that's how it all started. All right. There's a YouTuber with $500,000 sponsorship, but claiming his money made via stock market, more smoke and mirrors. Right, Curtis Davis, because he probably has some stock course or something that he's selling or friends of his are doing. Ron Nell Goodwin, they hit you with the fees. Yeah, Ronell Goodwin, how you doing, man? Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream. And he has the icon next to his name, of course. That's how he can be here. So thank you so much for being here. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, 1 hour, 51 minutes in, it's almost too long. But please smash that like button. And if you like what I'm talking about tonight, I'm going off a little bit, but please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. Now, there is something that I've had out here for a minute. Before we get into it, this right here, income inequality in the United States, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my, you guys know I've made videos about this before. Look at this right here. See anything funny? CEO pay in America at the 100 largest low wage earners, 12 million in 2019. 13.9, almost another 2 million in 2020. Hey, I thought we had like a pandemic in 2020. How are these guys getting paid more? But look at the worker pay, ladies and gentlemen. You didn't get any increase. 30,416 to 30,474, while the CEO got 2 million damn near more on average. That's a huge wage gap right there. In fact, this, in all seriousness, this is a record between the average wage in America and the average in the CEO pay. The ratio, it's a record, ladies and gentlemen. So it's increasing. Here we go again. The higher the income, the more likely to work from home. What did I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? The more you make, the more or higher the possibility that you have started your own business. You're not in the workforce because an employer doesn't really want to pay somebody $150,000, $200,000, or $100,000 a year, do they? So generally, you price yourself into doing your own thing. Look at how this goes. Isn't this amazing? 70% of people that make 200,000 or more. Wow. Who started teleworking due to pandemic, 73%. There you go. Staffing issues create leverage to raise worker rates. Exactly. Worker rates have went up, ladies and gentlemen. But again, I illustrated, I believe on the Money Making Monday live stream, I illustrated 20, $25 an hour still doesn't get you there. So they go from 10 or 12 or 15 to 20 to 25, but you're still under pressure, ladies and gentlemen, because guess what? When the price is raised 50% and you were making $15 per hour, you should have been making $22 per hour in 2019. in 2020 when it went 15% more for inflation, then you should be making another $4. So you should be at $25 an hour minimum, even when you started at 15 in 2 years. But that means you're still just even. So how do you get ahead? You have to be making more than $25 per hour. So you have to be into the 30, 35 range. And who gets paid 30, 35 an hour? Not when you start off in most cases. So that's the problem. You guys can just see it in black and white. It's not like this is rocket science. Uh-oh. You don't want to see this one. Richest 0.1% taken 196 times as much as the bottom 90%. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? That's you, me, and damn near everybody else. The bottom 90% is what the top 0.1% taken 196 times as much. These are telling stories here. When you start looking at the numbers where people are not incentivized to lie, this right here, I don't even want to show, because this is talking about the Gilded Age levels, 1925 to 2018. Look at this, 1932. This is the Roaring 20s. Looks just like now, coincidentally. That looks familiar, but look at this, from 1932 all the way till 2001, 2004 or 5, the Roaring 20s was worth more than for 60, 70, 80, 90 years, damn near 80 years. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you guys thought you were all living good. Top 1% income share has doubled while poverty is held steady. See what I'm saying? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, that copper color keeps rising. So you have to join them. Don't be crazy here. You have to join the rich. You have to. You have to do what they do. In all seriousness, I've been actually showing you guys for the last 3 years, but I didn't say it because I was just telling you, hey, start your own business. Get your credit right. Get some real estate. You know, do some passive income now. Last year it was buy assets. So the whole time you've been actually doing the 1% playbook. So you guys have all done great. In fact, when Auntie Val, Professor Auntie Val, came with the number one investment opportunity of 2021 with Strong Block, there's a few people that did Strong Block. Others did Drip. Others did Power Node. But either way, they understood the concept to get in and get some of this passive income. Some of us did DAOs. Our DAOs didn't do good. They were high risk. But you never know. They might come back. But the point I'm trying to make is you guys have actually been doing what the top 10%ers are doing. The top 1%ers are doing. You're just having to take baby steps because nobody's dropping a $10 million or a $5 million loan in your lap so you can escalate faster. So you're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Earn it. That's it. So you can earn it. They're not stopping you. They're just making it a little difficult for you. And like I said, Miguel holds the record. He's getting 3 properties in the DR. Then there's somebody else, like Mr. De La Cruz is getting 3 properties in the DR. He's caught Miguel. So this is how you start small, just like I told you guys about the Airbnb experiences. Nobody can stop you. You're already doing something. Check out that video if you haven't watched it yet. You're already going out probably every week doing something, fishing. Like Vanessa Comegate's ex-husband goes out fishing and he's not thinking, hey, wait a minute. I can put in experiences out there and people will pay to come with me. So they're going to pay for my bait, pay for my gas, pay me money while I'm going out fishing. And all I got to do is talk and maybe bring out a lunch pack and bring out a couple of extra lines for them in case they don't have any and maybe talk fishing. And I'm going to get paid? Yes, exactly. A new world. You have so many different opportunities and you guys don't know it. And some of you do know it. That's why you've been taking advantage of the situation, because nobody's stopping you and you can do anything you want. You just have to go with it. We have Andy Ortiz. He was listening to me say, hey, get that free course on the Amazon FBA. I don't know if he took that free course, but we were talking about Amazon, where you can go to get into the elite club and where you can get some free items if you're in there early enough, or pay real cheap and get you enough items and resell them on Amazon. There's all kind of different things. Some of you were here when we were talking about arbitrage. Joshua Felder was talking about arbitrage. You go to Walmart or go to Target, and you're sitting there and you're seeing this black clearance sale items. You go in and see on clearance sale, and you just scan it or look at it and put it in on Amazon or eBay, and you're like, wait a minute, this thing is $5, but online everywhere it's $45. How many of these they got here? And then there's Joshua Felder. I think he's the one that said, I use my credit card that gives me cash back. So not only do I get that low price, I'm getting cash back when I buy it, and I'm sending it onto eBay and Amazon and selling it there and making profit while I sleep. So see, there's all different kind of ways you can do this. When I was talking about using timeshares on Airbnb, and I had some clowns sitting there talking to me going, hey, Eric, you can't do that. And then somebody tells me, hey, you can't do that because there's a guy on, man, it feels like I'm picking on this guy all the time. There's a guy on this Cardone's guys on a Cardone's channel talking about he sold millions of dollars worth of Airbnb. And he's telling people to buy properties, and no, you can't do that. What you said. I was like, man, let me slap you. I said, I showed people how to exactly do it, and I'm doing it. So I don't know what you're talking about. So, of course, I commented on this guy that claimed he made these millions of dollars and wrote a book, and now he sells the book and goes around on these courses and all that, right? I said, but it's kind of funny. He didn't show any receipts. You see my Airbnb, I showed receipts for my 1099s from Airbnb. He didn't show none. He just talking all this crazy nonsense. All of a sudden, that guy makes a video talking about, oh, yeah, you can do timeshares. Yeah, exactly. So you guys got to understand there's different levels to everything, and we don't know everything. There's always something that we don't know, no matter, even if we're in it. Like right now, I don't know everything that Airbnb can do and can't do. So therefore, you can't go by what is already existing. You might have a bright idea, but you might turn around and say, you know what? Because nobody else is doing it, I don't think it'll work. I don't think it's going to happen. That shouldn't be how you should think. You should say, just because somebody else isn't doing it, that means there's an opportunity there. Let me find out if I can do it. Right? You should at least find out. It might just be you came on with a loophole. Right? So that's all I'm saying. Keep it up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm going to have to wrap this up almost. It's 2 hours and 3 minutes, but we're going to keep going because you know why? Look at what this says. Dominican Today paper says Punta Cana takes steps to be, the Silicon Valley of the Caribbean. Very interesting article. This is why it's critical to invest at pre-sale. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. You do realize what this means. Maybe you don't, because I'm a California kid. All right. So I won't bore you anymore with this income inequality numbers. All right. Because you guys can already see what this is. And here's the last one I'm going to give you. Even the gap between the top 1% and the top 20% is huge. U.S. before tax income by income group. Okay, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Top 20%, 309,000. All right, and normally in America, they talk about household income when they're talking about income. They're not talking about individual income. So that's how they trick you as well. A lot of people think that this is 309,000 per person when oftentimes it's 309,000 per household. And then if you have two people on average making 150,000 a year, that's how you get to the 300. And sometimes there could be a third person that's in the household, but you don't know that. So just keep that in mind. But look at these. Look at this. Look at this. This is insane. Almost 2 million. Look at this. Oh my God. So they're really saying basically even the top 20% is no holding for the top 1%. This is insane. If this doesn't show you this graph right here, look at the rest of the people. The ones that fall in the 75,000, 40 to 60%, and the 46,000, 20 to 40%, they don't even have a shot. 309,000 doesn't even have a shot when you look at the graphs. All right. Okay, now let's get down to real estate, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we're talking about here. Dominican Republic. This fine. Let's see here. Dominican today. Let's go look at this. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, lots of love. Eric was about to snap. Yeah, Rondell. Yeah. Oh, damn. Looks like we got a little problem. Oh, my God, that's horrible. I banked there. Yikes. Exactly. That's why I stopped banking there. I got to tell you, no B of A for me. The Central Bank India launching a digital rupee. Yes, that's correct. Every major market in the world. The Mo banned crypto, then come out with own version. Exactly. Exactly. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is just insanity. And of course, all governments are going to do the same thing, ultimately, because they can't have you making money off without them. You know, they're not going to allow that because they can't control it. Lots of love. Once you deposit money in big bank, it's considered a credit of that bank. That's right. i.e., it's no longer your money. Exactly. A lot of people don't realize exactly what Mr. Financial is saying. When you turn your money over, you're signing paperwork. Everything says that they now own the money, which a lot of people don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's real crazy. All right. The cash, the end of the spending cycle is the end while assets appreciate. That's right. Real estate, stocks, crypto, gold, and loans are derivatives of cash. Is the last step in circulation of currency. Exactly. Exactly. Indians were getting robbed when they made the 1,000 rupee note invalid without much warning. Exactly. India's man, they're ruthless over there. That's why all the Indians try to leave. Thanks for subscribing, Wilson Koo. Power nodes now have farming. Exactly, Joshua Felder. That's correct. There's opportunities. The Venmo, Cash App, PayPal's allow OCs to create own banking system. That's why the new IRS rules. The minute you go over 602, they're sending reporting at 1099. Exactly. Exactly. Curtis D, have lots of learning to catch up. Don't worry about it. You got to learn. PayPal got hammered and earning call for not producing more active users and told about 4 million fake duplicate accounts closed. I think government coming down hard on new fintech money. Exactly. Because there goes another one. When they started talking about no credit checks, no qualifying, we're going to report to the credit bureaus. All of a sudden, that opened up a whole nother can of worms. We started talking about it. 50 Cent, the best business execution with Show, Power, BMF, Raising Cane, and main writers Courtney Kemp as new deal with Netflix. Oh, his vitamin water deal. Exactly. Exactly. With all 50 Cent does talking and running his mouth, in the back room, he's making moves. That's what you do. You're making moves. You don't need to tell everybody what you're doing. All right. Amazon has applications for some of the work streams I use at work. Yep. Exactly. So many celebrities get hemmed up for taxes because they have a financial handler, accountant, spending, managing money. Several people got hit. Fat Joe, Steve Harvey, Wesley Snipes, because they didn't. Exactly. There we go. Fruitvale. That's the name of the movie. Thank you so much, Ronell Goodwin. Fruitvale Station. That's it exactly. Again, I'll repeat. The woman. Oh, here. In fact, let me shine some love on minority women. Let me put it to you this way. The woman is in LA. The woman is a Black woman. She actually helped make Fruitvale, put in $640,000 for the production of that Fruitvale. And again, I believe it was bought for $3 million or $2 million. I don't remember the number exactly. All I remember is her hollering in the back going, yeah, yeah, right on. Yeah. So at that time, I learned something new because I didn't realize they actually were selling movies at these festivals. So I didn't even know. So it was very interesting when they started talking, saying, yeah, we just sold the movie. And she was very, very happy. I sent you an email with the rendering of the new Embassy Suite amenities next to Margaritaville, Orlando. Also, both Margaritaville and condo owners will be able to enjoy both amenities. Oh my God. Victor Marrero, do you have any pre-construction info on the Embassy Suites, please? Mr. Evans is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream. And he has the icon next to his name, of course. And welcome. SSN Fruitvale Station. Yes, I said SSN, but it's yes. Everybody knows the name. Fruitvale Station, Sundance Film Festival. The name of the movie is Fruitvale BART Station. Laverne Penix, Mr. Cool, thank you. Home Depot needs to hire 109,000 workers. They're doing quick jobs. Offers after 1 day apply because spring season. Also stock equity access. Home Depot, another good company to buy when the economy goes down, quite frankly. Mr. Evans, welcome back. Good to see you. It is good to see you, Mr. Evans. The biggest hidden taxes on OC's cost of college and healthcare. That's right. That's why Canada is free. That's why Germany is free. When I went to college, it cost me $55K in loans. In 2020, it cost OC's parents $105K, 99% more due. Exactly. And notice on if you get a federal backed loan, it can't be bankruptcyed out. You're on the hook for life. It's crazy. And that's why they monetize college, because they figured, there you go, another way to make money. They were drying up the resources where you can make money. People have jobs. You don't pay enough at the job. So therefore, they're not saving enough at the bank to put in the bank. So we need derivatives. So we either got to arrest people, put them in jail, make people who go to school pay 10 times more than their parents did. So therefore, we always have loans coming in. We can always write that paper. We can always make them into derivatives all the time for indefinite periods of time. I mean, they got a game plan, and that game plan does not include you. So therefore, you have to join them in essence. Do that business plan, ladies and gentlemen. Get started in asset building. Oh, and Canada college doesn't cost same as US. No, I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of developed nations where healthcare education does not cost as much as in the US. Curtis, free healthcare is downsizing, and we don't get as much coverage as before. We have a tiered level healthcare system, but we don't say it. Yeah, Canada's revenues, man, revenues. What are you going to do? You can't tax your citizens into another country. All our tuitions have gone up to almost double from before. Exactly, Wilson Coop. That's the plan. They have to. Where else are you going to get free money in essence? Ladies and gentlemen, in case you're new here and don't understand derivatives, let's put it this way. Let's say college used to cost $10,000. And let's just say you had 10,000 people, $1 million. But because you raised the price to 20,000, you can't get the same 10,000 students. So what do? You say, come on down. We got you. You can do loans. So now instead of 10,000 students, you get 20,000 students, because now more people can get into the school for $20,000 a year. So they have 20,000 students who wrote papers saying we're going to get a loan. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what that is. I think that's 40 million, but we'll go check. I'm just going to put this in here. 20,000 times 20,000. Oh, my bad. It's 400 million. So my point I'm trying to make is that's $400 million on paper. So the problem with this is they can go, even though they haven't collected 400 million, they can go to a lot of places and say, hey guys, who will give me $50 million for this paper? Who will give me $75 million for this paper? And people will raise their hand and say, Hell yeah, we'll give you $75 million for that $400 million worth of loans. Derivatives. The people got out for just paper, doesn't own anything, got paid up front, $75 million, they're gone. Now your loan at the end, they say send it to so-and-so. And those people still can do a derivative because they only paid $75 million. They can walk into another country, into a pension fund, anywhere on the planet and go, hey, man, this is worth $400 million. And since there's interest at it because a third of those people aren't paying, then it's really worth $450 million now. So how much will you give me for this package? And then the next person will say, I'll give you 100 million, 125 million. And they're like, cool. Now they got back their 75. They get to pocket 25 to 50. We're all good. You guys got to understand, this is the game that's being played at your expense, your kids' expenses, your grandkids' expenses. So that's how it is. The wealth plan. Create one passive income stream. Use income stream 1 to create income stream 2. Use income stream 2 to create income stream 3, and so forth. That's the game. Joshua Felder has the game. Auntie Val has the game. SSN Nation has the game. This is how the game has to be played on our level because nobody's dropping the $1 million in your lap, or the 10 or the 20 or the 40 million in your lap so you can go out here and get it extra sized, right? Big size. Can't do it. Okay, let's go. The top 1% have uber wealth and all the tax tricks. Exactly, Ronell Goodwin. Exactly. Animal Farm launching 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning. Let's go. Animal Farm, that is, isn't that Drip? That is Drip. That's the Drip Network, and I haven't been able to sign up, ladies and gentlemen, simply because I got family issues to attend with. But I did get my second power node because I actually had 5 or 6 power coins, and I got like three what was it? Rewards of the power. So I got my 10. So that's why it was easy to get the extra node. So that's why there's SSN Nation 2 now on the Power Node Network. That one I'm telling everybody about. All right, 7 streams of dreams income. Let's go. That's right. Let's go. Here we are with the XRP. Auntie Val, if XRP, XLM get their way, the tokens will release Nostro Vostro. Whoa, $24 trillion. You don't think they're going to give that money back to depositors, do you? No, it's not going to happen. Oh, man. Wow. As investor, she puts up most money like 649,000 or takes most risks. Wins big at 3 million sell to major movie studio. Exactly. That's what she did. In fact, let me go for just trying to be. Oh yeah, I'll see if I can pull it up. It was either 2 million or 3 million. Let me see. At Fruitvale Station sold to Weinstein. I think it was Weinstein. In fact, I know it was. For how much? Let's see. I'm going to look it up. Let's see. Oh, 2 million. Okay, so I'll show you guys. So, in fact, we'll go to the Dominican today. So it was 2 million. I couldn't remember. Thought it was 3. But either way, 3 million. I knew it was one of those millions. You guys can see it on the screen. The Weinstein Company acquired the film rights for about 2 million. And that's Michael B. Jordan was in it. And actually, at the time, Michael B. Jordan, I don't even know if he was known. He might have been. But all I know is when I got to the awards, I met him and the cast because, like I said, I was with the director wasn't the director of the Fruitvale Station. He wasn't the director of Fruitvale Station. He directed other movies, but he's a friend of the investor and the person that directed Fruitvale. So they were all standing. We're all staying at the same place, and So when we get there, I meet Michael B. Jordan, but I don't know who he is really because I don't know actors that much. And all I know is these guys are all like, 5'5" or something, they seem like, right? But we all talked for a little bit, hanging out, drinking, and doing whatever. There was like 4 or 5 of the cast members there. So at the time, it was and there it is, 17.4 million. So they didn't care that it only did 17.4 because they bought it for 2 million. So is that crazy or what? Oh, you guys didn't see it. So there it is right there. It says they bought it for about 2 million. So it might have been 2.2, 2.4, 2.3. I don't know. All I know is, like I said, she was yelling and screaming, and she said 2 million or 3. I can't remember, but let's just say it was 2. That's what she was screaming about. She invested 640, and apparently that's all it was to make the movie. And so she had a 1 point. What is that? 1.3, 1.4. So that's not a bad windfall. And since you're in California, unfortunately, you had to give up 10%. I won't get into it, but you know, right, I blew it, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna have to connect back. But what did I do? I blew it. So hold on a second. We were gonna get into Dominican today, and it looks like I blew the what I was doing, but it's all right. We'll get it back. It happens. But that was awesome. I have to admit, that was cool to hear and find out. All right. I guess I'll give another story time. So, Eric, Mr. Cold Facts breaking it down. Ice freezing cold made by 1% in governments where we're going to recoup our debt money for this 30 trillion deficit. That's it. Obsidian Lion, the code keeper. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream where it's members only chat, those with the icon next to their name. I'm back, fam. Fell off the horse, but I am back on. Welcome back. Welcome back on the horse, because this is what we got to do, man. You got to stay on the horse. You got to stay the course. It takes years of hard work and equity, sweat equity. It takes years. But even when things go bad, you got to keep riding, got to keep going. We got to keep making it happen. We can't feel bad. All right. There we go. Michael B. had not played in Black Panther Creed yet. Exactly. Wasn't even known. Well, as far as I knew, when they introduced, they just said this is the actor who was the starring role in the movie. He hasn't really done much in the movie biz, but wait till you see this. He's going to be good. He's going to be an awesome actor. He's going to be getting roles. They were saying it. So they were saying like this guy's going to be like, a star. So I don't know if he made anything before that, but all I know is they were saying like he's a star. He's going to be a star. Watch out for this guy. When I lived in LA, I got a few calls about investing in films. Curtis Davis, you're going to get a lot of calls, man. Oh, man. I guess I'll give a story. Here goes another story. Obsidian Lion, welcome back. Let's make money. Exactly. Always be making money. ABMM. Isn't that how it goes, Mr. Financial? Evening, Obsidian. Okay, last story, and I won't talk too much about movie biz. I'll just put it to you plain and simple. Here's something that I'll have all you guys going to see Denzel's movie, Training Day. I don't talk much about any personal stuff sometimes. Training Day. When he's going down to where he lives in the hood, in the circle, he's driving in. The time when, not the first time, but I think it's like the last time when the crew aren't afraid of him much longer, and people are in the street knowing full well somebody's going to try and come take him out, meaning, the rookie. And you'll see on the bike, right when they're pulling out, coming into cul-de-sac. The first Mexican group that you see on the left, you'll see the little vato on the bike. You'll see that beautiful woman on the back of the bike. That's my girlfriend at the time. All right. So you guys got a little inside story. At the time, she's not my girlfriend right now, but at the time, that was my girlfriend. So she got a little 2 seconds or something in the movie. So therefore, I felt I could say something because you got to actually really look. But that's her on the back of the bicycle. I think the dude's got a bicycle, not a motorcycle. So she's in Training Day. That's her part, non-speaking, but it's all right. Exactly. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got to go into this Dominican today, because when you start talking about Silicon Valley, you guys don't understand. I mean, if you're not familiar, okay, let me put it to you this way. Some people are going to be familiar with this. When Microsoft moved to Washington, what happened to home prices? When Oracle, Tesla, and some other companies moved to Austin, Texas, what happened to real estate prices? That is considered tech companies, and oh my, mega project, boast a major airport. Uh-oh, what is this? What is this? When the Pedernales development project is completed its fourth phase, it's estimated that the international airport that is planned to be built in that border province will receive 963,000 international passengers, a higher number than the non-resident travelers who arrived in the Sabah International Airport, which was 707 to the image. Oh my, where's this at? Does anybody know where this is? I'm not familiar with this airport that they're talking about. What airport is this? This is interesting. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Another airport on the island. They already have 5 or 6. In fact, they have more than that, because La Romana, I don't even think it's an international airport. All right, let's go find out about what Victor Marrero's talking about. Because if they start talking about this Silicon Valley situation, this is major. Exclusive apartment project in Punta Cana, 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, 65. Wait, we got too much going on here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. February 2nd, Punta Cana takes steps to be the Silicon Valley of the Caribbean. Remember in downtown Punta Cana when they're going to have the convention center? Remember that? Miguel knows what I'm talking about. That's why he bought at the REA. REA Residences and Suites. That's why he bought there. That's why some people bought at the Central Park. That's why some people are buying at the beach. The beach is selling like hotcakes right now. Of course they are. When there's 300,000 or 100,000 people in there and they see what's happening, when the what do you call those? I can't remember the fair. But anyhow, Cusa, right? That's there. The play. So it's all cool. There you go. Michael B, 2313 Fruitvale, Creed, Black Panther. There you go. So they were right. Like I said, I could have sworn, I could have sworn the dude was like 5'6" or so. I mean, he was just this little young guy. In fact, I don't even know how old he was. He couldn't have been no more than 20. That's how old he seemed. He seemed like he was only like 20 years old or something. 18 maybe. I mean, he was a young guy. But he said he was small, as I remember, like I said. So it kind of surprised me. But yeah, that would be the guy, man. And they were right. So 2 years later, he's got Creed. 3 years after that, Black Panther. That's good. He's getting paid. There we go. Victor Marrero, click last tab, Bavaro and Punta Cana News, and you'll see the Silicon Valley. Lots of love. Eric's girlfriend, 4 seconds in movie. Exactly. I can't get into other things, but Yeah. Here's the thing. She actually started her own production company because she knows what time it was when I said, "Hey, you can't just be in these little movies." Because she used to go for her parts and stuff like that, and I was like, "Why do that? Just start a production company." So she started a production company, and then she went out and went around, and she was getting investors for that. So yeah, man, little go getters, you know. So she's a superstar. Vanessa Comagate, King Kong ain't got nothing on me. I work for Warner Brothers, so the stories, mom, she knows the story. Vanessa Comagate, she got backdoor access. Yeah, we can't go into some of this stuff, man. If she worked for Warner Brothers, then she probably has an NDA or something in her contracts because there's stuff that goes on, and what people don't realize is those are lots, those are stage, those are settings, and there's a lot of different people that come on these sets, and there's some stuff that happens all the way around that we're not going to discuss. All right, Victor, Silicon Valley, vacation in tech, jobs in warm Caribbean DR. Oh yes, facts, sir. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, you can't be messing around back there. And a lot of people don't realize when they have the guys back there, sometimes they got their $1 million motor home sitting back there. It's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. And you're just supposed to turn blind eye. Man, I was always trying to take pictures, not of the people, but I was trying to take pictures of the sets. And they'd be like, "Oh, hold on." They'd freak out because they know the movies or the shows aren't coming out for like another 8 months or a year and a half. So they're thinking, we're not going to trust you not to release this stuff because everybody that goes into the movies always want to take pictures. And then in this day and age, they want to put it on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever to show people. And then they're releasing some of the production info out there and all that. So I tried to get into the guy that I told you guys about this before. I was trying to get into the Avatar. Cameron, what's his name? James Cameron. I was trying to get into his studios at Mission Beach. He has his own little set at Mission Beach Studios, and they were like, "No, hell no, you can't. We're not opening that door. That's not happening." I was like, "Damn, I could have seen some Avatar 2 already. Damn." I was trying to get some Avatar 2 info before it came out. That was years ago, too. That was like 4, 5. That was like 5 years ago, maybe, when they were just talking about doing Avatar 2 and they locked it down for James Cameron studio. I think that's who made it. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. I got pics, though, but tasteful. That's about the only ones you can. I mean, that'd be the safest ones, anyhow. That's the safest ones. But yeah, it's kind of funny. All right, let's get back to it, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about real estate investing. You want to be like a 1%er? This is how you get to be a 1%er, because you pay attention to news where you are investing. This right here, Punta Cana takes steps to be in Silicon Valley, the Caribbean. This man right here, along with the current president of the country, Abinader, these guys are doing the damn thing. They are doing the damn thing. He's like, who just 6 months ago became his father's successor as president of the Punta Cana Group. Wow. Okay. Free trade zones. Oh my. Really? Given this reality that Punta Cana Group now assumes an investment of 18,000 million. Whoa. I don't know what that is because that's in Dominican money. Is that 9 million or something? Is expected, or 90 million? Is expected within the next 36 months and 5 large strategic projects. Relaunch, Rainieri. Okay, we don't have anything happening here. Where's this place at? 4 million tourists arrive in Punta Cana each year. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There are only 100,000 residents in the area when the figure should be between 350 and 400,000 residents. I love what he's saying because he's exactly right, ladies and gentlemen. We have 4 million tourists. That's roughly around 350 to 400,000 tourists a month. And therefore, the 350 to 400,000 residents, he's exactly right because you have, like they're saying, schools, supermarkets, shops, experiences. You have hotel personnel, you have housekeeping, you have management. You have so much going on that you're going to have a few 100,000. So people have to live there, which means some of these condos we're buying, some people are going to live there. But a large percentage of those people will not live there that buy the condos or the villas, and they'll be renting them out because where are these 4 million tourists a year going to stay? They're not all going to stay on the all-inclusive spots. Not anymore, especially when they find out they can go see, Cirque du Soleil. They can go to other areas like that Wonderland Park. They can go to Kathmandu Park. They're like, we're not going to stay in this all-inclusive spot and pay you guys $400 a night, $500 or $600 a night. We'll just go stay on these condos for $200, $250 a night and be able to get downtown in like 3, 4, 5 minutes or less. And when you start putting in the Silicon Valley nod, now you're going to have a situation. It's going to be an awesome situation. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I guess there's another reason potentially that you might want to consider Punta Cana area or the Dominican Republic for that matter, because it's actually the way they're doing things, it's going to move the whole island. Everything can't be built in Punta Cana. Luckily, though, there's a whole bunch of land. So they saved that land specifically, apparently. So they're going to have a bunch of options. All right. So once again, this is why we said it's only 1 year in. It's still not too late. You still can get in, ladies and gentlemen. You can still do the damn thing because the prices are still $250 under. There are still things like Pueblito, Corabino. That project looks like Old San Juan to me. 137,000 on up for a 2-bedroom, 118, 119,000 for a 1-bedroom there. The Lagoon, Mr. Estacio had 5 1-bedrooms at the Lagoon for $95,000 across the street from the beach. In Vista Cana, across the street from the beach there, which is a good spot, quite frankly, because I was going to buy there, but the 2 bedrooms sold out in 48 hours. And there's other units that they're coming out with as well in Cap Cana, and there's going to be other units that's going to come out downtown. It's not over even with downtown yet. There's not going to be any projects as big as the beach, I don't think, but there's going to be other projects downtown, so people are going to have options. And it's still not too late because soon as this thing balances out, because of the Kathmandu Park, because of the business center and the convention centers, and because of all the jobs that all these resorts are going to need. And what I mean by resorts, like at the beach, somebody's going to work at the bar, somebody's going to work at the restaurant, somebody has to clean up the beach, somebody has to clean up the lakes, somebody's going to have to make sure the pumps are working. All those people, they're not going to want to drive from an hour and a half away. So therefore, they're going to have to live somewhere in Punta Cana. So once you start balancing this out, where you all of a sudden, like he said, 200,000 people are working there. Is there even 200,000 units available for rent? No. That's the whole point about this. So once those units are rentable for month to month, now that limits how many is available on vacation rental. So you see there's a balancing act that's going to occur. And then all of a sudden one day supply and demand kicks in. And instead of being able to rent stuff now for $50 a night, $100 a night, all of a sudden it'll be like Vegas. A simple studio with a burner or with no burner, with a microwave and a sink is going to cost you $150, $200 a night. And then, of course, when they start having some more sporting events, more concerts, more business events. And if they do Silicon Valley, then game over. Game over. Because if Silicon Valley is in the Punta Cana area, where are people going to live? I don't know. Maybe Cap Cana, but that automatically means your real estate's going up. And not just by a little bit. Just pay attention to the Bay Area where Silicon Valley is. Every over $1 million, and a 1,200 square foot home is over $1 million. Pay attention into Washington where the same thing happened, and pay attention to what happened in Austin, Texas, where homes previously 200, 250,000 are now 700, 800, $1 million. Just in a matter of a couple years. So this could strike gold for when and if this happens. So once again, there's another reason to invest in Punta Cana. And again, I just feel so good. I feel so good because you guys had the opportunity over a year ago to get in with 10% down, 1,000 to reserve, 10% down, and most all properties were under $150,000 if you stayed away from the high-end locations. And the high-end location would be where Marrero's at the Cana Rock. That was slated for a high-end location. So their prices were a little more there. But he got in at a good price too, because there's some prices, their prices are weird over at Cana Rock. Some places, they're selling one bedrooms more than what he bought his 2-bedroom for. And then they'll sell 1 bedrooms in another place there for a little less than what he bought his 2-bedroom for. So I don't know. They're all over the map over there. But hey, that's a good thing. So once again, everybody, you still have a chance to get in. It's still not too late. And now you know what's going to happen there. That's a recipe for win, win, win. Okay. Yep. That's the vacation in the DR. Facts. Guy got pics. Yep. Tasteful. My daughter is familiar with the property near Margaritaville. Is it pre-construction? Hey, exactly. Victor Marrero, do you know anything about these, the properties? You know anything about these properties over there, man? You know, what's the pre-construction? Is it pre-construction actually? Is it pre-construction like the DR, pre-construction like Miami, where it's no check, no qualifying, put down whatever, 10, 20%, and then pay monthly until it's built? Or do you have to qualify for a loan? Let us know. 4,000 new residents, 4,000 tourists per month. Sounds like money in DR, condos, rent, Airbnb. Exactly. And when you actually do that 10 times the number, actually more than 10, 100 times the number, because that guy, he said 350,000 to 400,000 residents should be in Punta Cana area. They don't even have that many condos right now available, or condo and villas don't even equal 400,000. So you can imagine when we have this crescendo where you're having renters, which is what's happening in America, renters looking for a spot. And then you have people who are vacation rental owners who are like, you ain't going to be a renter here because I make more money than you paying $100 or $1,200 or $1,500 a month. I make that in a week. So I don't even need to rent this out. I'll just take my 7 or 8 days a month and get that money. And then when that crescendo happens, now you're going to be able to charge people $300 a night, $250 a night, $400 a night, and not even sweat it. And your property values are going to be double, if not almost triple, because as soon as you do this Silicon Valley stuff, then all bets are off. Prices just escalate. So I feel good. I feel good because at the time, and even to this day, there's not that many YouTubers who were steering people to Dominican Republic and reasons why. And so now here we are about a year and a half later, and we have a lot of people who have found the channel and who have bought, not because of the channel, but who bought and then found the channel. And then there's some people who bought because of the channel. So then everybody should feel good with what is coming out of the Dominican Republic. Even if the economy goes bad, you should feel good because the investment dollars have already been spent and allocated for Kathmandu, for revitalizing or vitalizing downtown Punta Cana, for making these projects, like I mentioned, Cana Rock, Vista Cana, Primavera 1, 2, and 3, REA Residences, Central Park, all right, and the others. There's a ton of others. Oceana, the beach, everything in Cap Cana that they're building. All of it is measured. All of it has people for it right now. It's not going to be like it's overbuilt or anything. So you got to love it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm going to have to wrap this up. We're 2 hours, 45 minutes in. So you guys are going to have to smash the like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel and click the all notification bell. And I thank you, everybody, for being here. And I've got to give the disclaimer for Friday night. Because I'm going to be traveling on Friday night, I cannot do the Friday night live stream at 9, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that means I might do a little mini Friday live, but it's going to be around 6:30 p.m. or 7 p.m., somewhere in there. So that means it's going to be around 3:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. my time, maybe for about an hour, depending on if I do 3:30 or 4 p.m. That's it, because otherwise I'm going to be on a plane handling the family matters. Okay. So I just wanted to say that right now. Okay. Victor Marrero has chimed in. Yes, they're doing pre-construction on those condos inside Margaritaville. If I didn't have a property there already, I'd be jumping on them. I promise you. That's money in the bank every month. Victor Marrero, do you actually know the numbers? That's what I'm saying, because we weren't clear on the numbers. Actually, I didn't find out. Again, I'm not going to be able to find out. But I think they were from 250 on up. And so therefore, are we still talking about, let's just say 300? Are we talking about 10% down, 5% down? What's the number? And are they doing it like how we are in the DR? No credit check, no qualifying, just like in Miami, no credit check, no qualifying. Just like on several other, like in Central America, Costa Rica and all that. Philippines, is that what they're doing? Okay, let me know. I'll send you what they sent me via email. All right, I appreciate it. And then I'll give them a call up. But I don't know about my timing. But I got to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's why we have to keep talking about the income inequality. That's why we got to talk about the top 1%ers and top 20%ers. They're not doing anything different. It's just that when you have an influx of money, or you've created your businesses 10 years, 20 years ago, and now you have the cash flow, like people are doing the nodes right now, and they are going to be building it up. And maybe they might have $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month coming in passively. That'll give you leverage to go buy something else, anything else, another asset. So that's what you want to do too, ladies and gentlemen. Be like the wealthy, act like the wealthy. You will be wealthy. That's it. And you guys know I have to be adamant about this, and I don't say it enough. You never know when somebody's going to pass away, including yourself. So if you're on this 40 for 40 plan, and you're thinking it's all gravy because you have a nice job, you have a nice paycheck, but you're still working and you're not really fulfilling the life that you want to lead, meaning there's more to life than working 60, 40, 50 hours a week, coming home, then 2 days a week, you're off. And then again, you have 2 weeks a year or 3 weeks a year vacation, and then you just keep doing it. And then before you know it, at one time you were 25. And as you guys know, you're Superman or Superwoman. You can, jump over buildings in a single bound. You're not afraid of anything. And then you're 35, and then you're 40, and all of a sudden you break something. Then you're 50, and all of a sudden the doctor goes, hey, come in here. There's a problem wrong with you. You got to take these medications. You're not the same as you were from your earlier days. And so therefore now, you're still going to be able to travel, do what you want, but wouldn't it have been so much nicer to travel when you're Superman or Superwoman than when you're brittle, older, and maybe not as healthy? right? Because you want to reverse it if you can. So that's why even younger, if you're doing your 9 to 5, as they say, which is it's not even such a thing, but you're working 7 to 7, why not think about getting that passive income with the money that you're earning? Use the money to make your money work for you. So I just want to give that little end speech tonight. All right. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.